straight losses, Kyle Flood's club arrives today not controlling its own destiny. To turn things around, the Scarlet Knights will have to slow down Conference Rookie of the Year candidate P.J. Walker. It's Temple against Rutgers next. Ideal conditions along the banks of the Raritan for the American Game of the Week presented by Gildan. On the first Saturday of November, the 4-3 Scarlet Knights of Rutgers host the Temple Owls in a matchup of two schools separated by just about an hour's drive. Rutgers freshman Justin Goodwin has emerged as one of the top running backs in the entire conference, coming off a huge afternoon in the loss to Houston. Keeping him under wraps today will be the assignment of one of the top newcomers from a year ago, Temple sophomore linebacker Tyler Matakevich. Hello and welcome to Piscataway. I'm Eamon McEnany. Happy to be joined once again by the former New York Jet tight end Anthony Beck. We will check in with Brooke Weisbrod down on the field momentarily. But Anthony, you take a look at this Rutgers program coming in after two straight losses, not territory these fans are used to this late in the season. And Kyle Flood earlier this week, not afraid to put some of his guys on notice.
Yeah, you're right. You know, they started 4-1. Quarterback play was good. Gary Nova started off with a bang, 13 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. But now there's been inconsistency at the quarterback position. The last two games, they've lost 7 INTs for Gary Nova, and Chase Dodden has entered the equation as a potential coming in and relieving him in this game if he doesn't get back to those consistent throwings that he started at the beginning of the year.
All right, Rutgers and Temple today, the only show in town in the American Athletic Conference. 2 games earlier this week on Wednesday night. Cincinnati goes on the road and picks up the win at Memphis. And then Thursday night on Halloween, Houston holds off the upset bid from South Florida. The Cougars remain perfect in conference play. For more on everything going around and in and on and about the American, we send it down to our insider, Brooke Weisbrod.
The fate of half of the teams in the American Conference is in the hands of teenagers. 5 freshmen have stepped into starting roles at the quarterback position, with Houston's John O'Korn leading the Diaper Dandies with a 5-1 record since taking over for David Pyland. Each week, it seems there's no spotlight too big for O'Korn. Against South Florida, he connected on 22 of 27 passes for 3 touchdowns and ranks 3rd behind Cal's Jared Goff and Florida State's Jameis Winston for the most passing yards per game by a rookie. South Florida's Mike White saw his first start and threw for more than 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was the first time the Bulls have scored on offense since September 28th. The Bulls made a late run in the 4th quarter, but Houston recovered a fumble with 6 minutes left to seal the win 35-23. The Bearcats have now won 3 straight with a scrappy win on the road, beating Memphis 34-21 Wednesday night. Tommy Tuberville said it wasn't their best game, but a road win that was earned through effort and defense. Cincinnati's defense held Memphis to just 232 total yards, while Brendan Kay hit a season high, throwing for 321 yards and taking some crushing hits from the Tiger defense. Brendan and the Bearcats will be going bowling for the 3rd straight year and the 7th time in 8 seasons. UCF, UConn, Louisville, and SMU all have byes this week, but will be back in action next weekend. That'll do it for your Around the American report. Sending it back upstairs to Eamon and Anthony.
All right, Brooke, and you take a look at the top of those standings. Central Florida and Houston now with that huge showdown next week in Orlando. Back to our game here. Temple Anthony comes in with that 1-7 record, and I know your old GM Bill Parcells would always say you are what your record says you are, but this is a team playing with confidence right now.
You're right. They are 1-7, but Matt Rhule has got these kids fighting and believing they can win, and they've entered the equation with this young true freshman quarterback P.J. Walker. 4 touchdown passes last week against SMU. They've only averaged 15 points a game the first 5 games. Now with him behind the helm, 30-plus points a game, and he's got a great target to throw to. Robbie Anderson last week up 239 yards receiving. This kid's come out of nowhere to be that downfield threat that Temple's missed.
Temple had no problem moving the ball in the air against SMU a week ago. Now they look to do it on the road against Rutgers. We are back to Piscataway for the kickoff of the American Game of the Week presented by Gildan. It's Temple on the road against Rutgers. Welcome back to High Point Solutions Stadium for the American Game of the Week presented by Gildan. We are moments away from the opening kick between Rutgers and Temple. These two programs just about 65 miles apart, obviously former rivals in the Big East at different points in time. This is the 36th meeting all-time. Rutgers leads the series 20-15, and the Scarlet Knights have won 3 straight. Matt Rule knows his way around the Garden State. Last year an assistant coach for Tom Coughlin and the New York Giants, returning to Temple where he was an assistant with Steve Addazio and Al Golden in his first year with the Owls, and Kyle Flood in his second year here at Rutgers with the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, Kyle Flood obviously started the season out very strong this year, and they want to try to get back on track. Homecoming last week at home, they lose that game against Houston, so they need to pop back and try to go against a very dangerous team in Temple.
Both Flood and Rule growing up in New York City. Not very often in a big-time football game you see two head coaches from the 5 boroughs. Temple, white jerseys, black pants. The Owls will receive. Rutgers won the toss. The Scarlet Knights deferred, so the red jerseys, gray numbers. And we are underway from Piscataway. This is Jihad Thomas, a Garden State resident. Gets a face mask there. There's the flag. Looks like it's L.J. Liston with the penalty. 23 yards on the return.
You see here, dangerous play there, very dangerous. When you have that face mask in your hand and sometimes you don't feel it, you got to let it go quick.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 25. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So there's an early look at our referee, Todd LaPenta. So we mentioned Thomas from Elizabeth, New Jersey. So is the rookie quarterback for the Temple Owls, last year the New Jersey Player of the Year.
P.J. Walker, now he is impressive on film. He'll beat you with your legs. Very elusive Michael Vick type of running speed, but he has a great deep ball. 6 of his 9 touchdown passes for 30-plus yards. He is a playmaker for this Temple team.
And they start with an empty backfield and Walker looking to run. Gets to about the 37 for a guard of 2, hit by Kevin Snyder.
Well, when you look at Temple today, P.J. Walker has the ability to throw that deep ball, and he's got Robbie Anderson, who last week had 239 yards receiving. He's going to be that downfield threat when he throws the ball. But Steve Longa, he's a guy that can make the tackles. A redshirt true freshman does an excellent job for Rutgers defense.
Now Harper in the backfield, play fake. Walker out of the pocket, looking deep. Goes short instead and is picked off. Dion Stevenson. This is a young secondary, and the freshman out of Sayreville, New Jersey, makes the play.
Well, you're right. This is the depleted secondary. Robbie Thompson comes across field. P.J. Walker rolls out. He's got to see that defender stepping in front of the wide receiver there and get that ball outside or out of bounds and throw it away. If you don't have it, you got to be smart. These are some of the things that the young quarterback's going to have to learn moving forward.
So the freshman gets picked off by a freshman, and now good field position for Gary Nova and the Scarlet Knights. And Anthony, Sunday after the loss, Kyle Flood made it public that Nova and Chase Dodd were going to split reps this week and that the quarterback position was pretty much up for grabs.
Well, listen, I mean, Gary Nova's got to come out and be more consistent as a decision maker.
Helps to have a good running back in Goodwin running hard into Temple territory. Brought down by Abdul Smith, the transfer from Rutgers, but it's a pickup of 8 yards.
And he started the season great. 13 touchdowns to 4 interceptions for the last 2 games. 7 INTs has got the coaching staff scratching their heads, wondering what his decision process has been the last few games. So he has to come out and just be accurate and be more consistent. It's not necessarily INTs. It's getting the ball and delivering it to his wide receivers to make catches.
This is Goodwin again running to the right. Another huge hole. Inside the 40, still on his feet, brought down at the 27, or gain of 21 yards for the freshman from Madison, New Jersey.
Well, that's going to lead me into my impact players for Rutgers on offense in Temple, but you just saw him, Justin Goodwin, a true freshman. This young man has stepped in for Paul James, the starting running back, and done an excellent job. He can explode and hit that hole. You saw him right there. And Tyler Medikevich, he's the guy on defense for Temple that's going to have to make those plays. First in the nation in 10 solo tackles a game.
That was a look at our Quicken Loan impact players. Brought to you by Quicken Loans, engineered to amaze. They keep it on the ground. Nate D. Smith with the tackle. Gain of 9. So much attention on Nova and Dodd and who will get the start. Seems right now to be a pretty easy game plan, though, for Coach Flood.
Well, that's the biggest thing to help a struggling quarterback is run the football. And if you watch last week's game, they ran the football a bunch. Goodwin had 161 yards rushing, so they're going to give him a heavy dose. They got big offensive linemen, especially on that left-hand side, Lumpkin, Johnson. They like these kids, and they're going to hand off that ball and try to grind this Temple defense.
Michael Burton in the backfield now as Goodwin gets a break. Burton loses the ball. Recovered by Rutgers. Now the offensive lineman lost his helmet. He's going to have to come out for a play. That's Caleb Johnson. So a loss of 4. Tyler Matakevich blowing that play up.
Yeah, Michael Burton's got a few carries over the last couple weeks. Big fullback. He's got 2 arms around it, but when Matakevich comes back there, he finds that football, he sticks his helmet on it and pops out. Very fortunate for this Rucker offense.
Same thing happened early last week to Burton. So they go back to Goodwin now on 3rd and 5. This is Goodwin on the pitch. Gets tripped up short of the first down, it appears. Zamel Johnson out of Staten Island with the tackle. So a gain of 4. So an early decision here for Coach Flood, and the way he's running it, I get the feeling the old offensive line coach will go for it.
There's no question about it. You go for it here on this 4th and short. 5+ yards every single carry so far except for that fumble. Look for them to run heavy on that right side like they've done to start this game.
And they have a big advantage in the trenches. Burton, the fullback, Goodwin, dot in the I. This is Goodwin, hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down. Nate D. Smith from right across the street in Highland Park comes up with the TFL, and it'll be Temple ball.
Well, just because you're running the ball effectively on it doesn't mean if you don't go out and block them up, they're not going to make tackles. And you see Nate Smith, he's been a pleasant surprise for this Temple offense. He mixes and plays Mike, he plays defensive end, and today he gets that start at the linebacker position. And obviously, if you don't block him, Eamon, it's going to be real easy for these guys to make tackles.
The younger brother of former Rutgers star tight end L.J. Smith returns home and makes an early play. We're back to Piscataway after this. Interception on its first possession. Rutgers turns it over on downs on its first possession. Now let's take a look at the Principal Financial Group edge to the game.
Well, offensively for Temple, they have to handle the blitz packages. Even though they have a depleted secondary, Coach Flood's still going to bring the blitzes and be gap sound on the run. You saw on that 4th down, they did a great job. Pound the rock for Rutgers. They ran the ball early. That's going to help the quarterback, and you must contain number 11 on offense for Temple, P.J. Walker.
Walker in the gun. Zaire Williams, another freshman in the backfield with him. 1st and 10 from the Temple 17. This is Williams out of Sicklerville, New Jersey, hit behind the line by Dewani Mera for a loss of 5 yards.
This defensive line is led by number 48, Marcus Thompson. They're very strong, quick, athletic bunch. Up front, they're a little undersized, but they have a lot of speed. It'll be tough matchups for these big, strong, physical linemen for Temple.
Now Harper in the backfield with Walker. Tight set here on 2nd and long. Walker gets rid of it quickly to Christopher. Marif Glashin with the tackle. It's a 4-yard gain. So now it'll set up 3rd and 11.
Again, not the ideal situation. You want to have your quarterback. 1st and 2nd down are important. You got to make hay. Rutgers defense is best against the rush on 1st down. They're only giving up 2.6 yards of rush. And you saw that there. They're not going to give you too much to start those series.
Harper in the backfield again. You wonder if they play it safe with a quarterback design run here on 3rd and 11 from their own 16. Alderman in motion. Here comes pressure. Walker doesn't see it coming, and he goes down. Ruhan Peel, a week ago a wide receiver. Now he comes off the edge on 3rd down and gets the sack.
Well, we talked about our keys of the game, and you see a number 80 number coming off the edge. Ruhan Peel comes off, you see him, they don't pick him up, enough guys to pick up the blitz, and they get to P.J. Walker, and that's the blitz packages that Temple has to be aware of. You got to have a hot read or something to help the quarterback, because if not, you're going to be outnumbered, and you're going to have plays just like that.
Peel played safety in high school, but Coach Flood said, look, he's a physical guy who's not afraid to mix it up, and he wants to get involved, so that's why they thought he would be good at corner. Punting out of their own end zone, Temple. Janarian Grant's going to let it bounce, and it takes a good Temple roll.
I believe it bounced off the helmet of Robbie Anderson there to give it some extra yards.
Good spot by Anthony Becht. He saw the official throw the beanbag.
I'll tell you what, they're going to be ripping that 0 off Peel's number. He's going to be 8 in the next couple of weeks if he's making plays like that from the defensive back position.
Illegal touch. First down.
So there you see it hits Anderson in the head.
Yep.
So Rutgers will once again have good field position, this time in Temple territory. Kyle Flood having to convert a wide receiver to a defensive back due to injuries, suspensions, departures. One by one, he's losing guys on that depth chart.
He is. It's been a struggle. Injuries, guys leaving the team. He only has one starter for the game, so it is going to be tough for him. But right there, he shows he has confidence in his guys, no matter who's in the game.
Burton and Goodwin in the backfield. 4-yard pickup there. So we mentioned it here. You take a look at Ruhan Peel now getting his first career start as a cornerback after making one as a wide receiver. But those are that's the youth you have today. That's out there. Chaffee banged up, so Stevenson gets the start.
Senior cornerback Lou Toller, he's out for the season. Got hurt against Louisville. Ian Thompson, one of their best players, left the team.
And the freshman Nadir Barnwell suspended for this afternoon's contest as they keep it on the ground and continue to have success there. A gain of 4. Matakevich with another tackle.
3rd and 4 obviously could be a pass run. The tight end has been an integral weapon for this Rutgers team. Tyler Croft coming up here should be a guy that they might look to in these situations.
Goodwin the lone back, twins to the left. Now motion from Carew. Goodwin gets the first down. Right up the gut. 5-yard pickup.
Goodwin's going to have to strap it on today. It's going to be a heavy dose of him today, and it makes sense. I mean, when you're getting 4 or 5 yards a clip, you know, that's what you want out of your offense. You put it on the backs of those offensive linemen. Right now, he's got 7 carries for 52 yards, and we haven't even played, half the quarter.
And there's illegal substitution by Rutgers. Matt Rule all over it, so there's the flag.
Legal substitution. Trumpman in the huddle. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That'll back it up 5, make it 1st and 15.
Yeah, you can't all be in the huddle. The quarterback usually steps out when he sees that count right there. They're all bunched up. That's an easy one.
That one was pretty obvious, huh?
Yeah.
There's a look at Ron Prince, the offense coordinator, former head coach at Kansas State. So now 1st and 15. Back to Goodwin they go. And this time he gets hit once again by Tyler Matakevich. Matakevich's helmet came off, so he's going to have to come off the field. Replaced by Michael Felton.
Talked about it earlier, Matakevich, 10 solo tackles a game, 1st in the conference, 1st in the country. This kid's around the football, and that's the most impressive thing for me. He's not there with a bunch of guys. He's the one leading the charge and getting into those backfields and making those big plays you saw right there. He is a very special player for this Temple defense.
Pretty interesting watching him collide with Goodwin play after play, realizing just how under-recruited both of those guys are, and now early in their careers being standouts. Look like Rutgers moved early, but no flag. Short gain. Now the fans getting restless. They're running the ball down their throat. Now all of a sudden they want to air it out. Kaiser Terry, another freshman with the tackle, a gain of 1. So that'll set up 3rd and long for Nova and the Scarlet Knights.
Well, you had 2nd and long there, and you figure, okay, let's try to get in some kind of a groove, maybe chip away, get half the yards. They decide to hand off again. This is obviously going to be a pass. Try to get it closer to get into field goal range or potentially get a first down.
They have not attempted a pass yet. 11 plays, all rushing, picking up 54 yards. So now a bunch set to the left for Nova. Goodwin in the backfield. Looking to set up the screen. Temple has it sniffed out, and it goes incomplete. So does Coach Flood attempt the 52-yard field goal with Kyle Federico. 0 for 1 this season on kicks over 50 yards. He's going to punt it.
See here, they're going to bring pressure. Tyler Medikevich comes through unblocked, and Gary Nova's got to make the quick decision. They had a screen get set up, but just not enough time and vision for him to get the ball to Goodwin.
Nick Marsh on to punt. Ryan Alderman back to receive. Short but high. Alderman lets it bounce, and it's down at the Temple 7. So the Temple defense has kept Rutgers out of the end zone twice, despite the Scarlet Knights driving into Temple territory. And the Temple defense bending but not breaking. And Temple fans, get your tickets now to one of the premier men's college basketball tournaments, the Charleston Classic. Take a trip to historic Charleston, South Carolina, and cheer on your Owls. For tickets and information, visit charlestonclassic.com or call 843-953-2632 today. So P.J. Walker back out there again, deep in his own territory again. 1st and 10 from the Owl 8. Looking to throw. Over the middle. Complete. Jalen Fitzpatrick for a big gain out near the 30-yard line.
P.J. Walker in the pocket, he's so poised. You see there, he waits for the receiver, he gets time, and he's got some zip on the football. Folks, he's not just a running quarterback. I actually like him as a passer better, even though he's so electric and dynamic when he runs the football.
Last year, the Newark Star-Ledger New Jersey High School Player of the Year was offered a scholarship by Rutgers, but they said more as an athlete. Did not promise a commitment as quarterback. They keep it on the ground here. Williams with a nice spin move, gets near a first down. An 11-yard pickup, so it is another Temple first down as the Owls now in a rhythm. Temple, then coached by Steve Adazio, thought it was a perfect fit for their system, so he said, you guarantee me I'm going to play quarterback? I'm going to Philadelphia.
Well, in hindsight, you think, oh, man, we should have started him to start the season, but he wasn't mentally there. Coach Rule said they wanted to give him some time to build and learn, and he's caught on very quickly.
Back to Williams. Williams, a product of South Jersey. Sicklerville picks up 2. 29 players on this Temple roster hail from the Garden State, and this is the last time these two teams will face each other until 2020. So that was kind of a rallying cry for the Owls.
Well, this is a big game for both teams because from a recruiting standpoint, you get a lot of kids from New Jersey to come to Temple. Obviously, Rutgers wants to keep a lot of their in-house stars here, so you don't play each other for a long time. This is a game that you want to come out a winner in.
2nd and 8, they empty the backfield from the Temple 41. Short, over the middle, complete. Chris Parthamore with the grab. That'll set up 3rd and manageable as they pick up 6 yards. So this is where I would imagine the dual threat of Walker comes into play.
There is, and Rutgers brought pressure on the last 3rd down, but here in this short yardage situation, he does bring the element of his legs, and you must contain him when you're in your pass rush lanes for these defensive linemen for Rutgers.
Kenneth Harper in the backfield with Walker. It's Harper running to the right, has a hole, hit right at the line to gain. Looks like he pushes forward for the first down, and he does. Steve Longo, the redshirt freshman out of Saddlebrook, makes the tackle, but it's another Temple first down.
Yeah, they brought pressure off the top of the screen, but Rutgers calls the right play. They run away from it, does a good job, and Kenneth Harper, very big running back, 225 pounds. You're not going to stop him on the first hit. Does a great job of getting that extra yard for the first down.
Nice block by Chris Coyer, the converted quarterback, now playing tight end. Walker with time. Long pass to the out. There's Coyer with the reception. Makes the first man miss, and he runs over the second guy. Jonathan Aiken, pickup of 13, but Coyer now threatened the passing game.
Good job by PJ here. He spreads the ball around. Look, he doesn't pick and choose. It doesn't have to be the same guy. Give Chris Coyer credit. This young man was a quarterback for his career. Comes in, they tell him you got to play tight end this year. Puts on 30 pounds, and you saw him block the last play. You see him catch the ball. He's developed to a fine young tight end.
Temple on the move in Rutgers territory. This is Williams right up the gut. Another Owl first down. Jeremy Deering with the tackle. Gain of 11.
This is the big problem against Houston last week. 11 explosive plays against them. The majority of those plays were runs that Houston had. And you see now an 11-yard run before another big run there by this Temple offense. They must tackle the running back when he hits that hole. If those linebackers can't make those tackles, it's going to be a long day for this Rutgers defense.
Williams, another rookie starting to break out here in November. 5.9 yards per carry in his last 2 games. Now off the play fake. Walker looking for 6. And he's got it. Robbie Anderson with the grab. 26 yards. The kid from Elizabeth puts Temple on the board first.
PJ Walker's got great touch. You see number 19, Robbie Anderson, just uses his speed, but look at him go up. He shows his eyes, focuses it in, and brings the ball down. That's great concentration. Defensive back was there, but he had that concentration to pull it in and make a great catch.
6'3", Anderson towering over the 5'11", Stevenson. And the extra point is missed. So the troubles in the kicking game continue to haunt the Temple Owls. Nick Visco cannot make it 7-0. Anderson had a season in one day a week ago against SMU. Here he makes the grab to put the 2 touchdown underdogs on the board, on the road against Rutgers. Contributions across the country. Since 2005, Allstate has donated more than $3.2 million through the Good Hands Field Goal Net program to benefit University General Scholarship Funds. Well, Robbie Anderson had good hands, but Nick Visco couldn't convert and put it in the net.
Well, listen, this isn't the same Temple offense from the first 5 games of the season, all right? 8 plays, 92 yards, in just over 3 minutes. This offense is going to score points now. Rutgers, they want to run the football, but you got to make sure when you're running it, you're getting first downs and putting it in the end zone or scoring points. It's a key drive to stay in this game because right now Temple has a lot of confidence on offense.
So now Jim Cooper Jr. out for the kickoff. Grant and Deering, 2 threats to take it all the way back for Rutgers. They are anticipating a short kick. And this is Deering from the 5. Hit at the 15, still on his feet, gets out to about the 20, but that was a punishing return, a 15-yard return. Dondi Kirby, the first man to bring the wood. So now that is where Gary Nova will take over, and we alluded to it after the Houston game. Kyle Flood said publicly Chase Dodd is in the mix. On Thursday, he said he's sticking with Gary Nova.
Well, you can't throw interceptions, and not all of them are on Gary Nova's back. I mean, obviously, he had some receivers running some bad routes, some miscommunications, but it's up to him as a leader of this offense to put the ball where it needs to go and make good decisions. They're going to set up this run for this play-action pass eventually in this game. They got to hook up when it happens.
Straight back here on 1st and 10, and that is low. Looking for Carew.
And that's what we're talking about right there. He's got a wide open passing lane there. The receiver runs a hookup route, and he can't get it to him. It's not necessarily just turnovers, Eamon. It's been his accuracy, his location of his football. And right now, he's in a little bit of a spell.
You hear the fans groaning, Anthony. Everyone loves the backup quarterback.
Yes.
After meeting with Kyle Flood yesterday, what kind of impression did you get how long a leash Gary Nova has here today?
Well, I know he truly believes in Gary Nova. He knows that he's the guy that can lead this team. But at the same token, you got to go out there and do it on the field. And that's the one thing Gary hasn't done I'd say he has a little bigger than just a shorter leash going into this game. But Dobb will come in if he doesn't go in this game, at least in this first half, and make some yards.
So Croft with the catch there to pick up 5 to set up 3rd and 5 from the 25. What do you think Kyle Flood's looking for here on 3rd and 5?
Well, I talked about the tight end, Tyler Croft. He's been a great weapon. He's already had a 100-yard-plus game against Arkansas a few weeks ago. So I'd look for him to be a potential target in this situation.
Burton and Goodwin in the backfield. Tight formation. Play clock down to 2. Nova steps up over the middle, complete.
And there he is.
Croft with the grab and a first down.
I really like Tyler Croft. I mean, he's a young player, former receiver, but he's come in and shown he can block, run routes. He's got 19 catches, make that 20 for over 300 yards in the season, and he's a productive red zone player with 3 touchdown catches this season.
So that sets up 1st and 10 from the Rutgers 45. Goodwin the lone back, twins to the right. Nova with pressure now, tipped. Incomplete, almost intercepted by Abdul Smith. Nate D. Smith tipped it.
It's a 5-yard out route by the tight end. Gary Nova's got to see that linebacker standing there. He's very fortunate, not necessarily on there, but on the tip they didn't get it picked. Those are the decision-making process we're talking about there. He's got to see that in the vision. If he's got to slide or throw it out or wait the receiver to get wider, he has to do that. But that throw right there, very fortunate for Gary on that one.
Smith would like to have that attempt back. He started his collegiate career at Rutgers before transferring, the Trenton native. Cannot make the interception, so Nova has another opportunity. That is high and caught. Brandon Coleman re-emerging as a threat. Rutgers fans wondering, where has number 17 been?
0 catches last week, all right? The big 6'6" receiver. He's the biggest guy on the field. If he's open or if he's close to being open, he can go up and catch the ball at its highest point like he did on that corner route right there.
That'll do it for the end of the first quarter. Rutgers once again on the move into Temple territory, but the home team trailing by 6 after the first 15 minutes of play. We're back to Piscataway for the American Game of the Week, presented by Gildan. But this time, Anthony, it's through the air with the passing game.
Well, one way that Gary Nova can be successful today in the passing game is to find his 6'6" tight end, Tyler Croft, on a crossing route, get it to that big man's hands and make a play, and then find the other 6'6" wide receiver, Brandon Coleman. Throw it up high, let the big man jump up and catch it. They got weapons on this team, Eamon. They just got to go find him. He's got to put that ball in a spot they can catch it and let those big kids go out there and make a play.
Coleman had 2 touchdown catches in the opener against Fresno State, has not been back in the end zone since. 18 career touchdowns for the junior out of Maryland. Now Nova looking to set up the screen. Temple all over that one. It's Anthony Roby. Saw that play developing. Makes the tackle for a loss of 2.
It's a good job by Roby sniffing that out. He's a junior. He's one of the more experienced guys that lacks in this Temple defense. It's his 25th start today. He's a tough kid and been a good, one of those tough kid numbers too. Number 2, 1 through 9 on this team. They're all the toughest kids on the team, given out by Coach Matt Rule. So he's one of those guys that is going to step up and make plays for this team.
So Temple takes a timeout on defense. So we'll take a break as well. Rutgers looking to take the lead, down by 6 against Temple. 3 have gone into Temple territory before stalling. Early second quarter action here from High Point Solutions Stadium. Eamon McEnany along with Anthony Beck and Brooke Weisbrod. 2nd and 12 for Nova. Scarlet Knights empty the backfield. Rolling to his right. Looking deep. Caroon goes up and makes a nice grab. The 2 high school teammates hook up for a 22-yard gain.
Again, another guy that's been a great weapon with this Rutgers offense. You see here, roll out to the right, and Carew just runs a corner route, just beats you with his speed, gets that foot down. Great job of plucking it with his hands and getting his foot down. Big conversion to get them inside the 5.
Carew and Nova, both out of Don Bosco Prep. Powerhouse up in Ramsey, New Jersey and Bergen County. So now Burton in the backfield with Nova. They didn't get it off. Did they get the timeout?
Out. Rutgers.
You could see Nova clapping his hands and then almost hear him.
Timeout.
Luckily for the Scarlet Knights, the officials heard the timeout call.
Yeah, when you get down in the red zone, you got to know what the clock is. You see there he's making a check, trying to get the snap clapping, and they miss it. The center turned it back to the quarterback while he was clapping. It's not loud when you're at home, Eamon. You should be able to hear that and get the ball back to the QB, and they end up burning a timeout there. I will say this, though. When you're inside the 5 on first down, you want to get it right. And if you don't get the play, don't take a penalty there, because if you get yourself 5 yards back, it only makes the situation tougher for you to get into the end zone.
So now they're ready to go once again on 1st and goal from the 4. They change the formation. They go to the I with Burton the fullback, Goodwin the tailback. They run it to Goodwin, pushing the pile forward. Blaise Caponegro with the tackle, and there's a late hit penalty that's going to go against Temple. That'll move the ball about half a yard, I guess.
Well, Andre Civil, he's quite an actor. He just went back there flopping.
Yeah.
Temple's got to be smart there. Even if he didn't push him that hard, you got to keep your cool.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 90. After this is the goal, automatic first down.
So that's Brian Osei. There's top of your screen. He must be majoring in drama, or maybe took some acting classes back in Sheepshead Bay High School, because that was a flop.
Where's LeBron James on the field today?
Say, good thing for him, Jeff Van Gundy didn't see that one. And now we have whistles. There's their movement by Rutgers. They give it right back.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's on the center, Batim Boujari.
Boujari is one of their most consistent linemen. And when you're a center, you're right under the quarterback. How does a center flinch? He's got the ball. He controls it. The ball moves. That means the play's good. So he must have moved his head or twitched the ball before he snapped it.
So they avoided the penalty on the delay of game with the timeout. Not there. So Burton and Goodwin back to the I formation. 1st and goal from the 5. 9th play of the drive that started on the Rutgers 20. Another whistle. And it's another illegal procedure. This is a pretty veteran group up front, too.
False start. Offense, number 89. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Paul Carazola, the tight end. So from 1st and goal inside the 1 practically after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Temple, Kyle Flood, that look says it all.
Well, you get big plays, you get you down there within the 5-yard line, and now we got too many men, and this isn't good right now for Rutgers.
Offense, come in the huddle. 5-yard penalty. First down.
There's some visitors from Temple down in Philadelphia enjoying it. Ron Prince and Kyle Flood, not so much, as the Rutgers fans have seen their team gone backwards.
And they had an extra guy in there, the wrong personnel. But listen, to me, you're a quarterback, Gary Nova. Stay out of the huddle and make sure the right numbers are there before you walk in. You got to have that visual there when you're a quarterback for the team.
1st and goal from the 15. Did Temple go offsides? No flag. Blaise Caponegro out of Allenwood, New Jersey, makes the tackle. A loss of 4.
That was close. The ref was kind of reaching for his pocket there. Caponegro, coming off the last 2 games, hasn't played. Tough to see the angle, but it looks like he might have been offsides there.
That was Shabazz Ahmed, who might have jumped, but Blaise Caponegro, product of Allenwood, New Jersey, back in the lineup after missing the last 2 games. 2nd and goal from the 21. Nova to throw. With time, goes short, incomplete. Looking for Carew, Nate D. Smith in the coverage. 3rd and goal from the 21. Offensive coordinator Becht, what do you draw up? You got 2 receivers, 6'6".
Well, exactly, and you don't want to. You want to make sure if you do throw it to those guys that it's just them, and then they're the only ones that can make plays. To me, you might try another screen play here or something quick to the running back. Just try not to make too many mistakes. This drive hasn't gone the way they wanted to, so try to get some yards and get yourself set up for a field goal.
Nova steps up, dumps it off. 1 missed tackle, so they get back to the 12. Goodwin with the nice spin move to help pick up 8 yards, but Rutgers, after being inches away from a game-tying touchdown, has to settle for a field goal opportunity. That is a look of frustration right there.
And you're thinking, why not throw it up to the 2 big guys? I mean, obviously, they're receivers that can go up and catch the ball, but you know what? Gary Nova doesn't force it. Like I said, it's made a bad drive. It would have made a bad drive worse if you get an interception or you don't get any points. And now they're in a situation now where they're a little closer for the field goal for their kicker to make.
It's a 30-yard kick for Federico, a sophomore out of Florida. And that is good. So Federico connects from 30. Rutgers has to settle to cut the deficit in half. And tries to straighten everything out and get back on the same page.
Well, you know, I talked to Ron Prince on the field before the game, and he said, listen, you know, Gary has done a good job for us, but he's just been too up and down and not consistent enough. And I think right there is a great example of, you know, the head coach, the offensive coordinator, quarterback, getting it right, getting it together, and really talking about it so they can go out there and not make those mistakes. I mean, you can't have penalties. You can't have too many guys on the field. It's not just the quarterback, but he is in charge of the show when the guys are on the field.
But take us inside. I mean, if we just look at that as from the fans' perspective, that was 2 illegal procedure penalties on the linemen. How is that the quarterback's responsibility?
Well, it's not. I mean, when you talk about the penalties, you can't put that on the quarterback. But getting the plays in there crisply, the coach is getting the plays in there a little quicker so they have time and they're not rushing the play at the line of scrimmage.
This will be Thomas, and he brings it out. The Elizabeth, New Jersey native across the 15. Gets out to about the 23. A 27-yard return from out of the Temple end zone. So that is where his high school teammate P.J. Walker and the Owls will take over. Walker, a little bit of a rough start in his homecoming here to the Garden State, but clicked on that last drive. Now remember, last week in Dallas, he connected on the first 16 attempts against SMU, so he came off the bus on fire.
That was impressive. They grew a 28-7 lead against them, but you know, that's poise. You come out, you throw an interception on the first play, you're a true freshman. You might expect him to go into the tank, but he's come out and shown that he can handle those pressures.
Stacked receivers to both sides. Gilmore in the backfield. Quick release to Anderson. Does not get the block, but he makes the first man miss. Arif Glashan slows him up, prevent the big gain. Talking to Matt Rule and also John Quinn, P.J. Walker's high school coach at Elizabeth, you get the feeling the one thing he's never going to do is go into the tank. They talk about his leadership and a tremendous work ethic. Sleep, drinks, eats this sport.
Yeah, Coach Rule said he's in the film room with the wide receivers at 10 o'clock at night on his own, just going over plays. So this kid loves the football game and he wants to be great.
2nd and 6 with time. Has a man open. That's Alderman for the Temple first down.
Accuracy, delivery, true freshman, putting it all together. And we haven't even seen the exciting part when he runs the football. Done an excellent job so far in this game after throwing an interception on the very first play.
Walker was picked off by an interception was picked off by a freshman on the first series, but now he's connected on 7 in a row. This is a young secondary that Walker and the Owls are attacking right now. A secondary that the schedule makers have not been kind to either. We'll get into that, but now they go to a tight formation. And the ground. Kenneth Harper hit by Longo. And the redshirt freshman comes up with the tackle.
Well, if there's one player on this field that can make the plays, he leads all freshmen in the country in tackles in college football, and you see him attack the running back there. This kid's a force, and he's going to be a mainstay at the Mike position for this defense for a long time.
Taking over for Steve Boharness, both from Saddlebrook, New Jersey. Now 2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground. They move ahead for a short gain of 3. Stevenson with a tackle. Kevin Snyder, in on the play as well. So that'll set up 3rd and 7 for the true freshman quarterback.
Yeah, it's 3rd and long, but what they've been able to do, and Coach Rule was talking about his offenses, they still have been able to be aggressive. They're not worried about him, handling too much, so they've kept that playbook open, and they trust he can go out there and make these plays.
And they take a timeout. Matt Rule saw something he didn't like. So the Owls with the lead on the road, facing a 3rd and long, want to talk things over. The Temple Owls. Scarlet Knight fans coming to life here. They took the timeout, Anthony. What are you looking for here? Trips to the left, Fitzpatrick, top of your screen right.
Robbie Anderson, we saw him 6'3". He's a guy who go up and get the football. Might want to try to find him here.
He was all the way at the bottom of your screen to the left of Walker. Rutgers showing pressure. They back off. Now here it comes. Walker escapes. Walker in the open field. Walker still short. Good open field tackle. A 4-yard gain. Stevenson, the freshman out of Sayreville, making another play.
You saw that elusiveness. He starts running. You start to get excited. Rutgers brings the blitz. And you got to wrap this guy up. You got to slow him down. Great job by the true freshman Stevenson to come up and make that tackle.
The 2nd tackle of the game, DeLon Stevenson getting the start over fellow freshman Anthony Chaffee. There's Leighton with the punt. High kick. Bounces at the 5. Takes a great Temple bounce going out of bounds at the Rutgers 1. So Leighton does his job, a 54-yard punt, no return. Let's go down to the field and check in with Brooke Weisbrod.
Kyle Flood came right over to the offense after those penalties and looked right in the eyes of the guys and said, guys, you've got to have more urgency with your eyes. You've got to pay attention. And running backs coach Norris Wilson said, there is no excuse, guys. You've got to know your assignments. Both of those penalties are on the tight end. So sorry, Anthony. Tight end's getting a lot of heat today out there.
No comment there. They got to go out there and you got to be prepared. That's tight ends, receivers, linemen, especially when you're in the red zone, Amy. You got to really heighten your awareness because that's the scoring zone. That's where you get your points. And if you're not clean and crisp there, you can't be successful.
2 tight ends. Goodwin in the backfield. Rutgers from its own 1. Down by 6. Nova to throw. Nova with time over the middle. Complete. Out to the 7 or 8 yard line. That's the tight end Burton with the grab. A gain of 6.
It's always dangerous when you have those 3-step quick drops in the end zone. You look one way. You're not really supposed to bring it back. But the offensive lineman gave him enough time. He was able to get bailed out by his fullback and get out of the end zone a little bit.
So now 2nd and 4, the Temple defense with an opportunity to flip the field here if they can force a punt. This is Goodwin. Matakevich broke through, didn't tackle him, but Zamel Johnson did. No gain, so it'll be 3rd and short.
I'm really amazed at the fact that Tyler Matakevich is actually unblocked. How do you miss him? Caponegro also comes in, does a great job, but you got to block up these linebackers for Temple's defense because they're going to make tackles and make plays, and both of these young men have done a great job to start this game.
Maybe what happened to the Rutgers blockers happened to us. So much attention to Matakevich, they forgot Caponegro. So 3rd and 4 now. Rutgers looking to avoid punting out of its own end zone. Bunch formation to the left. Nova with time, finds Goodwin. Short. Blaze Caponegro again. The product of Wall High School with the tackle. So Rutgers going to have to punt.
And you see Gary Nova back there in the pocket. He's getting kind of antsy. He starts tapping the ball. You start pivoting your shoulders a little with some quickness because you're waiting for somebody to get open. The wide receivers got to get open for this young man. They haven't been able to do that these last few games. Again, they're missing some players here on the punt team. They're going to have to burn another timeout. Again, these are inexcusable things for your team. When you have special teams, you're talking about players that should be ready to go for the punt team. And again, you have another mishap. You've had 12 men on the field so far, and now you don't have enough players for the punt team. It's not the greatest start for this Rutgers team. And we know Kyle Flood, he preaches this. You know, this is something that he carried over from the Schiano coaching days, being detailed, making sure everybody's in the right spot, and just being prepared and ready to go. And unfortunately, to start this game, some of these players for Rutgers haven't been on the same page.
You just wonder if there's any type of letdown. This is a program that expects to play for the conference championship. They lose to Louisville. They lose here at home to Houston. You wonder, you know, if that's seeping in at all. What left do we have to play for against Temple, a program we've dominated? But now Marsh out of his end zone, and he shanks it. A brutal kick here. And Matt Rule and the Owls have a great opportunity.
And Nick Marsh has been a weapon for this team. Transferred in from Utah, and it's a bad kick. But you know what? If they got the snap off and they had the right players before calling that timeout, he might have booted a 50-yard punt. So these are the things that happen when you make those mistakes. They usually carry over, and you continue to see more.
So the 26-yard punt sets up a tremendous opportunity for P.J. Walker, and we've discussed this. The New Jersey High School Player of the Year at Elizabeth, according to the Star Ledger. Led Elizabeth to the state championship last year over Piscataway with a 3-play, 98-yard drive to win it. But again, Rutgers saw him as an athlete. Temple said dual threat quarterback, and he's a Temple Owl.
Yeah, Rutgers loved him as a player. They just didn't think he'd be a great quarterback for them in their system. They run a more of a pro-style offense. And Temple was saying, listen, you can play whatever you want here. If you want to play quarterback, we'll bring you right on board. And they open arms for him to come to Philadelphia. And you can see what he's done. He's 7 for 8. The one bad pass to start the game. And an incompletion there. I'm sorry, 7 for 9. So he's done a great job to start this game.
Committed when Steve Adazio was the head coach. Keeping him became a top priority for Matt Rule. Williams up the middle. You know, it was interesting talking to Matt Rule because his history, he was a longtime assistant with Al Golden and Steve Adazio before going to the Giants. So he recruited many of these players. Walker was not one of them. Puts the tape in his giant office up in East Rutherford, and it didn't take long before he said, we got to go to Elizabeth and keep this kid.
Well, he's priority #1. They had to make sure they sold the school and sold him to come to Temple. And they're very fortunate. True freshman. They got a lot of years with this young man who can do some special things.
3rd and 6, probably 4-down territory for Temple anyway with its kicking game. So they go on the ground. Harper looking for a block, has Coyer in front of him. Gets close to the mark. Marcus Thompson with the tackle. This will be 4th and short for Rule, and they tried everything last week against SMU, so I'm sure they're going for it here.
Yeah, Matt Rule said, listen, you know, I'm going to be aggressive with this team. I don't care how old or young they are. He's going to push the buttons and get these guys and give them confidence. It looks like they're going to go for it here. When you got a running back like Harper, 225 pounds, that definitely helps your decision making.
Mark Tyson in as a fullback to help the 2 tight ends. This is Harper, and he gets the first down. Hit hard, but not after he got the line to gain. Tyson, a junior from Monroe, New Jersey, had a key block.
Great job, great push. You see Matt Ruley's giving hugs to the guys on the sideline. You see here, great job. Number 70, Quinn, the right guard, and Hooks, the right tackle, exploding off the ball and pushing back. A very good defensive line for Rutgers, setting the tempo at the line of scrimmage. They've done a good job so far early in this game.
So now we have an injured player for Rutgers being helped off the field. It's Jeremy Deering. So this secondary cannot handle any more injuries. Deering, a converted wide receiver.
Well, with Deering out, there are no starters that were in here for game 1 on the field for Rutgers defense right now in the secondary.
T.J. Johnson out of Egg Harbor Township down on the shore gets some run now. Walker looking to his left with time. Has Christopher. Kevin Snyder in coverage. That's good for 11. For number 11.
True freshman, you see the accuracy, the ball delivery, catchable. Christopher's coming out of his route. It's right on his hands. Folks, you're seeing a guy here, 8 for 10, 95 yards. And he threw an interception to start the game. The poise of this young football player, he's been impressive so far.
Spreading it around, 6 different Owls have caught passes already here in the first half. And you see Coyer and Parthamore as a tight end H-back combination for Harper on 1st and 10 from the Rutgers 14. And Temple takes a timeout. So they are done with timeouts here in the first half. Obviously a critical opportunity late in the half for Coach Rule.
Yeah, I think you kind of throw it out the window. You talk about saving timeouts. I mean, you have a true freshman at the quarterback. You want to make sure if you see the defense and the plays in and it doesn't look like it's something that they have ready to go on offense, you got to change it. If there's not enough time, don't let them run the play. Call timeout and get a play that works.
All right, Anthony, we've already seen 1 missed extra point. We've seen this team 3 times already now this year, so we know the kicking game is an issue. How does that impact the play calling when you're now in the red zone?
Well, you know, this kicking game has been up and down all season long. We've done 2 games prior to this, and we've seen a missed kick in every single one of them. Coach Rule's got to be thinking maybe going for it on 4th down here if it comes up to try to get some points on the board, because right now he can't hang his hat on any of his kickers right now.
They have kicked just 1 field goal all season.
That's amazing.
That's why I say
8 games. I mean, that's tough for a head coach when you don't have a kicker. You can count him.
Stacked receivers to both sides. Harper in the backfield, Walker out of the gun. This is Harper up the middle, a huge hole. Flag down. That's why it was so big. Gain of 9, but this most likely will come back.
Holding. Offense. Number 63. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So that call goes against Pete White.
Yeah, Pete White didn't start the game today, but he's a big lineman. He's got the cutoff, but right there, you can't get that outside left hand on the shoulder pad. That's easy money for referees to pull that yellow flag out and call holding.
So now the lack of a consistent or reliable kicking game really plays a role here on 1st and 20 from the 24 with 2.5 left to play in the half. Harper, the long out, has a man open. Christopher again, reaching forward for an extra yard. Glashan pushes him out of bounds. So he gets near to the original line of scrimmage. In fact, that's exactly what he does. Pickup of 10.
Smart play, cut it in half, great play call. He's got multiple options, and you know you have that release valve at the sticks there to get it get that yardage half back.
You talk about having confidence in the true freshman. They are letting him make all the throws here today.
We've seen pretty much every one. I'll tell you, he's an excellent quarterback right now, and he's doing a great job to start this football game.
Alderman and Anderson to the left. Fitzpatrick, top of your screen right. Jalen Fitzpatrick is yet to be a factor here today. Walker looking to the left, has a man open. Alderman with the grab, and he slips and falls.
Alderman with the catch. Stop by Geary.
3rd and short here. Now they can still get a first down without scoring a touchdown. You got 1:36. Clock's ticking. Your running game's working. The short passing game's there. A lot of options. And folks, don't forget, the legs of number 11 can make a lot of plays too.
And don't forget, you might want to venture they are in 4-down territory with this kicking game. And now Kyle Flood has to burn his final timeout. Kyle Flood came sprinting down the sideline. So now everyone's out of timeouts. So would you think, looking ahead, let's say they don't get it here on 3rd and 3. You know the troubles of the kicking game. Would you go for it? You're on the road. You're a 2-touchdown underdog. You're 1-7.
Well, you know, it's a chip shot, really, and it's unfortunate they don't have it. But you look at Rutgers now, Jamal Morrell, he's a guy that can block kicks, too. So when you got a long, rangy linebacker that's blocked 2 kicks in the last 2 games for Rutgers, that definitely doesn't help the cause. I think if they can get close to the first down and make some yardage here, there's no question the fact that they can still get a first, they'll go for it on 4th down.
That's an excellent point to bring up. Since 2009, Rutgers has blocked 34 kicks and punts, so they are excellent at that. And coming up at the half on our halftime report, we will preview some of the big games later today. Florida State and Miami, Michigan and Michigan State. Oklahoma State and Texas Tech. But a huge moment here, 3rd and 3. Harper in the backfield with Walker from the Rutgers 7. Walker on the keep, gets outside. They cut him off, looks for the spin move. He gets the first down. It looked like a little moonwalk backwards there for P.J. Walker.
I would have just lowered my shoulders and got that yard, but he does have enough to get it. It's a good job. You know, he understands where the sticks are. He gets a first down. It's a quarterback run the whole entire way. Look how fast he is to get away from that defender. And then right there, just gets enough to get the first down. Move the sticks. Clock's still ticking here. When the ball's set, put themselves in a good position to get a touchdown.
1st and goal from the Rutgers 4.
Hey, fuck you, suck!
Temple working without any timeouts left. Walker has his man open. Touchdown, Kenny Harper.
Well done by Temple's offense right there. Misdirection play. Perfectly ran. I am really impressed with the progression that this team has made over the last really 8 weeks of the season. They're 1-7. We're not tooting anybody's horn, and that's 1-7. But you see it. It's a young team, and they've been able to develop and get better. And they believe in this kid, number 11 now. There's no question about it. How can you not believe in him? He's going to be a quarterback for the ages for Temple moving forward.
So now Nick Visco missed the first one. Looking to make it a 10-point Temple lead. And that one is right down Easton Avenue. So the defense flips the field. They get a short punt. They take advantage.
Yeah, right here, a misdirection play. They fake the handoff underneath. No one picks up. Harper into the flat. And a nice catchable ball puts it over the linebacker, rushing the quarterback. It's an easy touchdown for Harper. The kid's got 10, so you got to find out where he is when you get to the red zone. He's having a spectacular season himself.
So in the chess match, great call by Marcus Satterfield, the offensive coordinator. Rutgers brought pressure, and Harper leaked out wide open. P.J. Walker has re-energized this offense, but earlier in the year, the coaches told us Kenny Harper was the MVP of this offense.
He was, and you know what? He is. He's the workhorse, big running back, gets you positive yards. He rarely loses yards when you hand him off the ball, and he's been consistent, and that's what you want. And then you got Zaire Williams coming off the bench, who's done a great job for the team, too. So a great 1-2 punch to start the season and carry the load and take some of that pressure off the young quarterback.
Grant and Pratt. Remember, Deering got banged up on that last drive. So Karan Pratt is back there with Grant. This is critical here because Rutgers is out of timeouts. So if you can do a good job here, Temple, covering them, you see how that would impact what Rutgers wants to do. So they go for the pooch. And Rutgers lets it go, and it goes out of bounds. So not sure if that's what Matt Rule was looking for to set up Nova at the 35.
Yeah, with 1:07 left, kick the ball off. They do have dangerous kick returners, but your guys are winning this game, and they're flying around making tackles. To me, that pooch kick puts them in a position now where they can at least get a field goal, maybe even a touchdown.
And you say no timeouts. That's not as big a factor in the college game.
It really isn't. The clock stops on first down, and of course you get the extra down anyway. You can spike it on first down, stop it, knowing you're going to go for it on fourth.
Kyle Flood getting an explanation from our referee here today, Todd LaPenta.
He'll take the yardage here for sure.
Certainly at the time, too.
Yeah, I mean, no question. Anything can happen if you re-kick it. You don't want to.
Free kick, out of bounds, kicking team, 5-yard penalty, will re-kick.
Okay.
After the play, personal foul, receiving team, 15-yard penalty, re-kick.
We didn't know about that.
We didn't know about that one.
So that changes things a little bit. And very
wow, you talk about not being disciplined for this first half for Rutgers.
Really unorthodox.
That's a huge call.
It is. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, Temple makes a big mistake, and you get a chance here to get the ball in a good position to drive down and get some points. And now, you know, they'll probably end up kicking it off deep here. You have to work down the entire field, maybe 80 yards to get points.
So they move it back to the 30. And and then they move it back to the 30. So they're just going to get their exercise 15 yards.
So now you kick it
wow.
right to the end.
So now this is advantage Temple. So now you would wonder, you would hope, or you would think that Cooper would be able to just drill it into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, good opportunity here to maybe try to get it through the goalpost, just as some extra work for these kickers for Temple.
Change balls. Now Deering is back out there, so enough time elapsed. Jeremy Deering to get healthy enough to attempt to return it. So they assess the 5-yard penalty, then the 15-yard penalty, and now we're ready to do it all over again with 67 seconds left to play in the first half. The underdogs from Philadelphia with a 10-point lead. Cooper goes for the low line drive, so this is returnable, but Rutgers will keep it at 107 and let it go for a touchback. So now no timeouts left for Gary Nova.
So there's time here. Now you have 1:07. You have time to move it down the field. Gary Nova has to be smart, make good decisions, and these receivers got to go make plays on the football.
Is the running game in play?
I think you got to come out passing. You got to be aggressive. You're down 10, take a chance. I mean, listen, Gary Nova has done this and been in these positions before.
With time, through the fingertips of Goodwin.
Again, that's a catchable ball, but take a little bit off it, put it right on him, and let him make a play. I think just Gary Nova, with all the things going on throughout the week, and obviously getting antsy, want to come into this game, just got to take a step back, relax, breathe, and make the throws. He's been doing it his entire career. Good quarterbacks step up when there's adversity.
Looking over the middle, he pumps. Now he's going to run, and he's going to go out of bounds. So if you're wondering about field goal range, Kyle Federico has hit a 48-yarder this year. That was against Fresno State. His career long is 52. That was last year at South Florida. So now on 3rd and 7.
Well, to me, you got big receivers on the outside. If you have your tight end, who obviously isn't in the game now, he is in the game at the point here, the wide bunch. Look for this kid to get it. Nice job.
Nova fits it in there for a first down to Coleman. So it's out to the Rutgers 37, quickly ready to go. Nova throws high but complete. Pratt with the grab into Temple territory.
Temple's defense wasn't prepared there. You got to get lined up. It was an easy throw and catch for Gary Nova to Pratt.
Again, no timeouts for either club. Clock moving. Nova. Pocket breaks down. He's got to get rid of it. And he misfires to Goodwin.
Incompletion doesn't kill you there. It stops the clock. There, it gives you second down. Plenty of options, plenty of time.
Kaiser Terry breaking through to force Nova out of the pocket. How about for Temple? How soft are you in coverage here?
Well, I think you can drop guys back and rely on your front lineman here because, listen, Gary Nova has been known to throw and squeeze in some of them balls. Maybe you can find a zone there to maybe get yourself a turnover and potentially, hold the brakes on this drive here.
Bunch to the right. Nova looking over the middle, steps up. Has two open receivers, finds Carew. Down to the 27.
Get the ball and clock it here. You got a first down.
Pickup of 20, so now they can attempt a field goal, but they still have plenty of time to work with. No clock here. Nova ready to go. Pumps, goes short. So now you're going to have to rush.
I don't understand this. I've done multiple.
Let's see how it goes. 9 seconds. Nova's looking at clock. 6, 5. They're going to have to do it quickly, and they get it.
They have time, obviously, to kick a field goal now. But to me, Eamon, you got that last first down. Run up to the line of scrimmage and clock it, and you'll have 20 seconds to run some more plays. Listen, field goals are great, but we want to score touchdowns. If I'm a coach or a player, I want to get it to the end zone. They had time to do that. It's been something, not just in this game, I've seen across college football and said spread offense look. where they just get up in that no huddle and they never clock it.
He's 1 of 2 from 40 to 49 this year. This is from 40. No good. So Kyle Flood, a frustrating first 30 minutes of football for the Rutgers head coach.
Yeah, that's frustrating for me. That last drive, to me, they had time to get some plays. They could have spiked it there, and they lose the opportunity, and they miss that field goal. No points.
Coming up on our halftime report, we'll preview the big games later this afternoon, but right now a little bit of a stunner. Temple leads by 10. Rutgers in Piscataway as we get set for the start of the third quarter. Welcome back to Rutgers. Eamon McEnany along with Anthony Becht. And if you're Coach Matt Rule, that first 30 minutes pretty much went every way you wanted it after that opening interception.
Yeah, P.J. Walker throws an INT. Then he goes 11 for 13 for the first half. If you combine first halves of this week and last week, he's 27 for 31. You see he throws a great ball here to Robbie Anderson, nice and high. The 6'3 wide receiver goes up and grabs it out of the air. Efficiency. They missed the extra point, which has been a problem for Temple the entire season. Rutgers comes back. Big catch to get down the field to set themselves up for a field goal. Wasn't able to get it down, and that was a mishap at the end of the first half where they could have spiked the football and really stopped the clock and given themselves more chance to score.
First half highlights presented by Gildan. So as you heard Matt Rule tell Brooke Weisbrod, he got that interception out of the way on the opening possession, and since then it's been the P.J. Walker they've come to know already as a freshman.
Efficient. I mean, this is incredible. You're watching something that's special. He's spreading the ball around to all his receivers, the tight ends, the backs. Very smart kid as a true freshman for Temple at the quarterback position.
If you're sitting at home watching this thinking upset, think back to last year. Almost the exact same situation. Gary Nova and the Scarlet Knights falling behind by 10. Then they exploded for 35 unanswered points in the second half. A year ago at Lincoln Financial Field, Nova threw 4 touchdowns in the second half, and Kyle Flood's team won it 35-10. They will have to clean things up on the offensive end if they want to get to 35 here today. They were pretty much their own worst enemy.
Well, Gary Nova's numbers aren't bad, but it's just about decision making. They had 2 illegal substitutions. You got to know how many guys are in the huddle, and then of course at the end of the half, you had a chance to spike it, and they weren't prepared to do it.
This is Deering. Across the 20, out to the 30. And he gets pushed out of bounds by Cooper. So good field position once again for the Scarlet Knights. 39-yard return for Deering.
Again, they're going to come out and run the rock again. They're going to have to get positive yards on first down and make these short conversions to move the sticks. I think Goodwin is going to get a heavy dose again in the second half. This offensive line has to create movement like they did in the first quarter, but when they've had to pass late in the first half, they haven't been as successful and got them out of their game plan a little bit.
You see field position has not been the problem for Rutgers. Remember, they had the ball on the 1-yard line and went 19 yards backwards. This is Goodwin up the middle. Brought down there by Nate D. Smith. You know, we've talked about it early and often. 29 players from the Garden State on this Temple roster. And you can see it in the passion they're playing with right now.
There's no doubt about it. A lot of these kids on both teams have either played against each other in Pop Warner or high school, or they were rivals. So there's a lot going on between these two teams. And we talked about it. It's important recruiting. It's the last time these two teams play each other. This is going to help moving forward for Rutgers and Temple when they're trying to bring these kids to their schools.
You also left out Warren offered scholarships by the home state team. That kind of is a little bit of motivation. But now Nova on 2nd and 7, bunch to the right, over the middle, complete. Abdul Smith, the Rutgers transfer in coverage. Kawan Pratt makes the grab, a gain of 6, sets up 3rd and short. was interesting. We had a chance to talk to Isaac Holmes yesterday, one of the leaders on the defensive unit. You say, do you know any guys? Yeah, sure, of course. I know Abdul Smith. We were in the same class. Stay in touch. So now Ron Prince looking to dial up a play here on 3rd and 1.
I see a fullback in, so you got to think they're going to run the football here. This big offensive line's got to push the pile.
That's Burton. Pratt in motion. Here's Goodwin. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got it. No gain. Again, it's Nate D. Smith. LJ's little brother all over the field here today.
Well, they're getting pushed at the offensive line, but the problem is they're not blocking the second level. Again, we see another linebacker come through the line of scrimmage, and right now, Kyle Flood's deciding to punt this ball with 4th and short. Just shows you that they haven't had the success.
That looked like the tackle for a loss earlier in the first half as Batim Boujari getting looked at by the training staff. The redshirt junior out of Secaucus.
It's tough when your center goes down. He's the guy that makes the calls, makes the read, and really lines everybody up to start the play. This young man, if he's down, it'd be tough to replace a player like him.
Back up on the depth chart is Dallas Hendrickson, 6'2", 290 senior. You seem to spend some time with Kyle Flood and get to know him pretty well. Will this delay make him change his influence him to maybe go for it?
Well, you know, I don't know. It's a big question now. You're talking about your center who's at the point of attack. Might be tough for him to go for it here. So he's probably going to stick with the punt. And, you know, this offensive line has done a good job, but we're seeing the leakage. You know, when you block those guys up front, we have to see the second level blocking from these guys to get up on those linebackers. You see Nate Smith, no one's even around him. He's able to go over the hump and make an easy tackle. Both linebackers. Blaise Caponegro was there too. So again, you got to block the front guys, and we always talk about it. Finish with the front first line and level, but when you get to the next, you get that chance. You got to get off and block the linebackers, and they're having some problems with that right now.
Boujari making his 23rd career start today. He missed the Eastern Michigan game, snapping a streak of 16 consecutive starts. So they'll take a look at him, and hopefully he's okay, and he'll be able to return to the action for the Scarlet Knights. And as Anthony predicted, with the center being helped off the field, no change of mind by Kyle Flood. He will punt with Nick Marsh. Alderman standing inside the Temple 10. Good kick. Alderman lets it go, and it's too good a kick. Into the end zone for a touchback, 52 yards, but probably not what the coaching staff was looking for out of Nick Marsh.
Well, here's been the big thing with Temple. Second half, coming out and finishing. They played spectacular football, really, in the first half of a lot of games. Last week, they were up by 14 points against SMU. Again, they're up by 10 in Rutgers on the road, so they've been able to handle it, but you got to finish. And the biggest thing for Matt Rhule and his team, you got to put 4 quarters together. When this team figures it out, Eamon, to do that, they can be a very competitive team on Saturdays.
Looking for their first win in American Athletic Conference play. Harper in the backfield with the freshman from Elizabeth. Quick release, he gets it to Coyer. Heads up field across the 25. Pick up a 5. Now let's take a look at our American Conference standings, brought to you by Belk, the home of modern Southern style. Visit belk.com today. Next week, we will be in Cincinnati for the Bearcats and SMU, but how about Houston and Central Florida? 2 perfect league records on the line.
Well, I'm interested to see Houston's offense against Central Florida's defense, who hasn't been very good, but they've caused turnovers and really been a big reason why they've been successful this season.
So they get in the hands of Fitzpatrick. Set up 3rd and short. Pickup of 2. Fitzpatrick is the playmaker, but he's been quiet here this afternoon. So now 3rd and 2.
And again, they come out on the first series, 2 passes, are up by 10. Coach said they're going to be aggressive. They've continued to put the ball in their playmakers' hands to make plays.
Call it 3rd and 3 from the 27, line to gain the 30. Knocked at the line, pass. Knocked down. Couldn't see it on the floor there. Thought it was intercepted, but knocked down.
I believe that was Darius Hamilton knocking that down, but that's great pressure on the front. Isaac Holm was in there with pressure too. Did a good job up front, those 4 guys getting to the QB, knocking that ball down.
And the Owls forced to punt. Grant standing at the Rutgers 30. He'll have to run to go this short line drive, and he gets it in stride, tripped up. Now that could have been a big return. 2 punts here to start the second half. Rutgers taking over once again in good field position.
Keeps it going out.
To play in the third, Temple with a 10-point lead on Rutgers. And this week's American Conference Scholar Athlete is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and Rutgers senior wide receiver Kawan Pratt with a 3.3 GPA with a double major in sociology and labor and employment relations. He's made the Big East All-Academic team in 2011, 2012, and 2013. So the team Boujari not able to make it back on the field for this drive. Dallas Hendrickson in its center. For the Scarlet Knights, you see him there pointing out and getting ready to snap it out to Nova out of the gun. Temple showing pressure. Here it comes. Nova steps up over the middle, has an open man, and it's Pratt. Inside the 20. Smith, is that a horse collar? Yes, sir. Flags all over the place.
They got a little face mask too on that one.
A 41-yard pickup, tack on 15.
This is a great job. They bring the blitz, they pick it up. Nova has time to throw it, and of course there, tack the big penalty on top of the big catch, and it's got Rutgers in a scoring situation.
So Pratt and Abdul Smith know each other, obviously, so they do some talking at the end of that play, but now Rutgers in business. First and goal from the 6, down by 10. Burton, the fullback, in the backfield with Goodwin. This is Goodwin to the right. Brought down from behind. 2-yard gain. Looked like he had an alley to score.
Moving on carry. Ridlow with the stop.
There you see Dallas Hendrickson in at center.
Well, I guess the one good thing you can say is he's also a senior, so he's going to have that not so much experience, but awareness and be ready to go out of an older player.
They go to the I formation now. Carew in motion. Play fake. Open man. Touchdown, Burton.
Well, you're getting into a running formation, and you've ran the ball, and the linebackers haven't been blocked at the second level, so they've been teased to come up. And you see him come up, Medikevich jumps, and there goes the fullback slipping into the flat for the easy throw and catch. So what was working for Temple as an advantage, Rutgers takes advantage of it on offense and slides the fullback in the outside and gets a touchdown.
Federico on to make it a 3-point game. And he misses.
Unreal.
So points off the board for Rutgers here due to the kicking game, but Michael Burton picks up his second career touchdown. It's fan food, not fast food. Beautiful Saturday afternoon, first weekend of November. Two schools 65 miles apart, and there you see Kyle Federico receiving some encouragement from his teammates after missing the extra point. Fellow kicker Nick Borghese cheering him on. Burton with his second career touchdown.
Really unexcusable for both teams to be missing extra points in games like this. You should at least know and have confidence your kicker can pluck it through 100% of the time.
So this is Marsh kicking off. And it goes through the end zone for a touchback. So obviously that missed kick, a huge point in this game. Obviously plenty of time left to play. Matt Rule's team up by 4, went 3 and out on the first possession. Marcus Satterfield, the offensive coordinator, with a true freshman quarterback on the road. You mentioned their struggles in the second half last week.
Well, he's really been unfazed, P.J. Walker, as far as situational football is concerned. He stood in the pocket, made good decisions so far in this game. He has to continue to do that. He's got receivers, playmakers, a good running back. So he has to maybe use a little bit of his legs in the second half to create some offense.
This is Zaire Williams fighting hard across the 30. Brought down by Longa and Snyder. Pickup of 7.
He's another true freshman. He had a 50-yard run last week against SMU, so he has big home run capabilities when you hand him off the ball on offense.
He stays out there. They stack the receivers to both sides. Back to Williams. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Kevin Snyder with another tackle, and you just wonder as we take a look at Marcus Satterfield when they give Walker the chance to try the deep ball against this inexperienced secondary.
He's done a great job. 6 of the touchdown passes that he's thrown this year have been for 30 or plus yards. So listen, he's got confidence in guys like Fitzpatrick and Anderson going down the sidelines, and he's put those balls in only a spot that his guys can catch it. So they might take a chance at some point in this game.
Now it's 3rd and 1. Rutgers showing pressure. Walker design run, and he does not get there. Kevin Snyder hits him behind the line of scrimmage. No gain. And another 3 and out for the Owls.
Finally some life on defense for Rutgers. I think they sniffed that one out pretty good. You see here P.J. Walker takes the snap, and he's going to lead it right through. Good job by the defensive line, getting 2 guys to cover up.
Now remember Rutgers' efficiency and ability to block kicks. They got one last year against Temple that helped turn that game around. Here's the 4th punt of the afternoon for the Owls. And they get it away. Holds up, fair catch made. 34-yard punt, no return. by Grant. And Temple fans, get your tickets now to one of the premier men's college basketball tournaments, the Charleston Classic. Take a trip to historic Charleston, South Carolina, and cheer on the Owls. For tickets and information, visit charlestonclassic.com or call 843-953-2632 today. Anthony, you mentioned it. Finally, some life out of that Rutgers defense. You feel the momentum now entirely on the Rutgers sideline, even though they're still trailing.
Well, this is an important drive for Temple's defense. You know, Rutgers starts getting a little consistency now, and if they score here, it could get dangerous for the Temple's defense.
This is Goodwin bouncing outside. Nate D. Smith in on the play, along with Matakevich, a gain of 3. Levi Brown out there as well.
Good to see Levi Brown back for Temple. He's missed the last 2 games, hamstring injury, and you see the linebackers. When I'm watching them here upstairs here, Eamon, these guys are flying around. They get to the football. They really are an impressive crew, and they are led by number 8, Tyler Matakevich, who leads the country with 10 solo tackles per game.
2nd and 8 from the Rutgers 35. Carew widens out to the right. Nova looking that way. And it's complete for a first down. Carew pushed back, but they'll mark it right at the line for a new set of downs for the Scarlet Knights. 8-yard pickup, tackle by Zamel Johnson. If you're Phil Snow, defense coordinator for Temple, how do you change things up here? It looks like Rutgers is in a rhythm offensively.
Well, I think the biggest thing is get disruption from your defensive linemen. You know, your front 4 rushers have to get to the quarterback and press the pocket. You can't just count on blitzing your linebackers in these situations. So you got to get those guys to step up and force Gary Nova to make mistakes.
Kamal Johnson wraps up Goodwin on that one. That's a loss of a yard. Johnson from Willingboro, New Jersey.
Another one of those few seniors on the team that really have laid the groundwork and been good leaders for these young men that have been playing for Temple.
Second and 11 from the 43. Goodwin the lone back. Nova looking deep, overshoots his man, looking for Croft. He had a step.
He did, just off the hands of the 6'6" sophomore tight end Tyler Croft. Basic seam route. He's got the linebacker beat one-on-one. Got to take maybe a little bit off it, a little more of a touch pass there. Could have had a really big play for Rutgers to move the clock.
You see Nova know he had his man open. Now 3rd and 11, Anthony.
Again, 3rd and 11 isn't the greatest situation, but you know, like we said, you got a 6'6" tight end, you got a 6'6" wide receiver in Coleman, who we haven't seen really too many balls going his way. He caught one earlier in the game, but no catches last week. I'd like to see him go up and maybe take a chance him down the sidelines.
Temple bringing pressure.
Again, delay a game. Okay, so it's another one of those penalties. You got the quarterback, the clock's in front of him. He's got to see that clock ticking down. These are all controllable. First half, 2 false starts, 2 personal fouls, 2 substitution penalties, and now that.
7th penalty of the afternoon. You saw Kyle Flood writing it down. Remember, Nova had to burn a timeout to avoid a delay game earlier in the first half. Nova with all day, finds his man right at the line for a first down. Kawan Pratt with the nice grab, an 18-yard pickup.
Ball is a little behind him, does a great job, and Pratt made a big play earlier. And you see him here, he's just running a little comeback out route, catches the ball away from his body. Gary Nova puts it in a spot where no one can get. He sees 4 catches, 80 yards. He's been the preferred target for Gary Nova today in this game.
So on 3rd and 16, they hook up for 18 yards. 1st and 10 now in Temple territory. Back to Goodwin. Matt Ioannidis from Ringo's, New Jersey breaks through.
And when you turn on the tape and you look week to week about guys progressing and doing well on defense, number 95, Ioannidis, shows up all over the place. The young man, a sophomore, has really excelled and played good at that defensive tackle position.
He pretty much embodies this whole defense, you know, Coach. Rule reminding us we have guys who were on our scout team when we were getting ready for Notre Dame and Houston who are now starting.
It's impressive. They're working a lot of depth. And again, they're rolling 23, 22 players on this defensive side of the ball.
2nd and 14, Nova. Hit, gets rid of it to Goodwin. Caponegro there as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. A 4-yard gain. Hershey Walton applying the pressure. You see Caponegro with that hand heavily wrapped up. He wasn't going to miss this one. New Jersey product. You see that left hand. Senior, last chance for him to play against Rutgers in front of his friends and family. He was going to be out there. So now 3rd and 11. They converted on 3rd and 16 moments ago. Pressure again. Nova gets away from the first man, gets rid of it, has Coleman, but too far.
He didn't quite get his feet set. He eluded the blitz. But as a quarterback, stay composed, set your feet, deliver a ball. Uncatchable for Coleman there. See it here, they got the linebackers up. Defensive lineman comes through. Robinson misses the tackle, but you see there Gary Nova can't get his feet set. And you just have to have awareness. It's tough for a QB. Some guys can do it, some guys can't. But if you set and deliver the throw, you can hit Coleman there for a big catch.
So a big stop for the Temple defense. Now here comes pressure, low kick. Alderman's going to let it go. Smart decision. So the defense holds. Rutgers hurts itself with another penalty. P.J. Walker and the Owls taking over from the Temple 20, up by 4. Temple looking for its first win in conference play, leads 13-9. All eyes on the quarterback position, obviously, here today. P.J. Walker, the true freshman from up the road in Elizabeth. Gary Nova having to secure his starting spot during the week.
Yeah, he's done a good job. Both quarterbacks have played well. You see P.J. Walker's ability to really dish the ball out to multiple receivers. We haven't seen the long ball yet. You've been talking about it, and I believe it's going to be coming up here. They're going to take a chance with either Robbie Anderson or Fitzpatrick.
Anderson, top of your screen left. Harper in the backfield. Walker forced out of the pocket. He gets it out to Harper, who can't hold on. I think you just saw why they're not trying the deep ball. Rutgers has been able to get to Walker.
Well, that's important. I mean, it was important to get the down rushers, the 4 guys, the defensive linemen, to do their job, use their quickness, and really cause havoc without using the blitz every time. And that's important. It takes pressure off those DBs who really don't have a lot of experience as far as games played for this Rutgers defense.
Injury update for Temple. Chris Coyer, the H-back tight end, not out there right now with an ankle injury. Now Walker on the rollout. Has a man open. It's Anderson who makes the grab for a first down. He takes a hit, but a 22-yard gain for Walker and the Owls.
You can make it real easy for a true freshman and roll him out to the right and make a great throw. They make it real hard for him, and he rolls out to the left. Look at this small window. You got the corner seeking down, the safety in the back, throws a perfect strike, perfect speed and velocity to get the ball. And Robbie Anderson is turning into a guy that he can count on week in and week out to make the big catch.
We talk about this team looking differently than the one we saw in September. Well, another big reason, Robbie Anderson missing the first 3 games of the year. Harper does not get the block. Marcus Thompson with the tackle for a loss of 4. He is the man that sets the tone. There's a look at Snyder, who's in on the play as well. But talking to Coach Flood yesterday, Marcus Thompson is the guy for that defense.
Well, when you run laterally side to side and you try to stretch it out, the defensive line, you got to get push and penetration through those holes. And if you can get tackles for a loss, and you saw it right there.
2nd and 13 from the Temple 39. Walker on the move. Walker gets rid of it, avoids the sack. DeLon Stevenson chasing him down from behind, so now it'll be 3rd and long for the freshman.
Good job. A lot of corner blitzes we've seen early and really on tape the last few weeks. It's just been counting on those guys and those players, or who it might be for Rutgers, but they get the pressure, and now they have a 3rd and long where you want to get a true freshman quarterback in.
Just 2 of 7 on 3rd downs here this afternoon. Anderson to the left, trips to the right. Fitzpatrick, bottom of your screen. Play clock down to 3. Walker looks like he's going to run. Runs out of room. Picks up 4, but then he is met by a gang of Scarlet Knights. T.J. Johnson there. Ruhan Peel again. So it'll be another punt for the Owls.
It's a great job. It's about gang tackling. When he crosses the line of scrimmage, you got to break down, set your feet, hold on to him, and let the troops rally around and be a part of that tackle. It's a good job in not letting a short run turn into a long.
5th punt of the afternoon for Paul Layton. Grant on the Rutgers 20. Gets it off, and it's a good kick. Grant going to let it go. Goes out of bounds inside the 10. Let's see where they mark it.
It's the biggest guessing game in football.
There you go. 1st and 10 from the 15, a 42-yard punt. So that's where Gary Nova will take over.
No, he's been efficient today. He's thrown some catchable balls. He hasn't made the big mistake. See, he finds Pratt, and of course they set him up for this underneath route for the touchdown. To me, I think it's just some of the other things. You know, it's not just being smart with the football, but getting the play called, getting the guys to the line of scrimmage, getting the snap count and going, don't get in penalties, seeing how many guys are in the huddle. It's a big collection of things when you're talking about being a quarterback, and those are things that have been lacking today and really for the season.
So now here's our first look at Savon Huggins in the backfield for Rutgers. He won't get it on this play as Nova has all day, and he dumps it off so much from Huggins won't get his hands on it on that play as he makes the grab for a first down. So good job by Nova improvising.
Yeah, you know, it was a good job. He dumps it off, gets the first down. But, you know, to me, I'm watching Coleman run this go route, and he's got Anthony Roby, number 2, on him, and I just don't see the same burst that I saw last year. You know, he 10 touchdown catches last year, really dominated the Big East last year, the Big East Conference. I just don't see that burst of speed, and really doesn't pose a big problem for those one-on-one coverages when they happen.
Huggins stays out there. And here is Huggins. He has an alley. Hit by Nate D. Smith and Matakevich. Gain of 4.
You know, Brandon Coleman, he had a knee procedure done to clean out the knee before the season. Didn't go through training camp, got a late start to give him some time to recover. And sometimes it doesn't quite heal right. And I don't see the burst, and I don't know if he's 100% healthy. And no coach or players told me that, but when you watch him on tape, he just doesn't quite look like the same player. He's playing hard. He's just not, it's not the numbers, it's just the way and the acceleration that you normally see out of him.
2nd and 7 from the 32. Temple jumps.
3-1.
And they'll take it as Matakevich broke through for the sack. Osei there. Actually, is no flag.
Oh, wow. I thought that was going to be a free play.
Yeah, he definitely did not get back, Brian Osei.
It's amazing. We've seen 3 of those similar jumps by defensive linemen. Not as violent and aggressive as that one, but it wasn't called.
So Osei and the Owls get a break. Conversely, now Rutgers has to convert on 3rd and 16. A loss of 9. That one looked pretty obvious, but
I think Gary Nova was thinking the same thing there. Yep.
Now earlier in this half, they converted on 3rd and 16. And they don't get it off. Did they get the timeout from the sideline?
Yes.
I can only imagine the boos that would have cascaded down if they didn't give him the timeout after not calling the offsides on Temple, but
could have easily been a penalty.
That pretty much, they did not expect a dogfight here today. You know that.
Well, you know, it's one thing to have a dogfight, but when you're shooting yourself in the foot, you know, the penalties, you know, the delayed games, having to waste a timeout in a situation when you're 3rd and 16, I mean, there's not a lot of plays you're going to be carving up and looking at to bring out there to run. It's either a screen or you're going to hand it off and punt the ball away. So, you know, to me, it's really unexcusable in those situations to get a penalty or use a timeout.
Kyle Flood does not show much emotions on game day, but that look has pretty much not changed at all. And
well, you know, as a head coach, you got to be even keel. You know, you can't really. Some coaches wear their emotions on their sleeve, but you know, Kyle Flood understands there's a process for the entire game. You know, we're going to head into the 4th quarter here, and you know, see if his team can pull it out.
3rd and 16. Nova with time. Has his man right at the mark. It's going to be short, especially since Carew had to go back to make the grab. So it'll be a 14-yard pickup, which will set up 4th and 2 in Rutgers territory. What will Coach Flood do? We'll find out when we return, as that'll do it for the 4th quarter. The final 15 minutes of regulation. Temple up by 4. Is Temple ready to pull off the upset against RU? Tyler Matakevich fired up in between quarters. He came up with a big sack on what appeared to be Temple offsides, but the Owls have forced another punt here to start the 4th quarter.
He's a sophomore. He's a captain. He's talking finish this game, 4th quarter. We got to get ourselves a win. Great opportunity for Temple right now.
Alderman lets it bounce, and it rolls down to the Temple 25. We have discussed it throughout the afternoon. Anthony, we saw Temple in person at home against Houston and Louisville. They lost to Fordham at home. They lost to Idaho. Now they are 14 minutes and 49 seconds away from pulling off their biggest win in recent memory.
Well, you know, Matt Rule knows it's going to be baby steps into this season. Young players trying to learn how to win. Part of that is learning how to finish football games. You have a lead. You've led the entire game. Now in the 4th quarter, when it means something for these kids, you got to have them step up. And once they start believing they can go wire to wire with teams, that's when it'll start turning for this Temple team.
So Dion Miller gets on the field now. Bottom of your screen left is Walker out of the empty backfield. Looks to run. Cuts it upfield for a short gain. 4 yards. Was waiting for the block from Pete White, but had to get going. So now 2nd and 6. How aggressive is Matt Rule and Marcus Satterfield with the freshman quarterback on the road up by 4?
Well, they said it. They're going to keep the offense the same. They're going to go out there and try to win football games as if this team has done it before. See how it goes. 4 yards in that first play gets them in a good situation the next down.
Empty backfield again. 5 wide receivers going out. Over the middle, intercepted. Jamal Morrell. His 2nd interception of the season.
Well, there you go. It's a perfect example. You stay aggressive, but with that comes consequences. Great job right there. Morrell eyeballs the quarterback, sees PJ throw the ball, reads his eyes, steps in front. And listen, you know, PJ Walker, it's a play, it's a learning experience. You see him there, no one's yelling at him. He makes a mistake, he'll come right back. Look, I like to see that from the young man, and they're giving him support. But with that being said, it's a turnover, and now Rutgers is in the scoring zone and getting close to get themselves an opportunity to take a lead.
Morrell's first interception of the year was a costly one against Norfolk State. Made a diving grab and injured his kidney. Now he has set up Gary Nova in excellent field position, looking to cash in. Wide open Carew. Touchdown Rutgers. 34 yards. Scarlet Knights take the lead.
Well, I was going to mention it, but we just started the quarter. But when the 4th quarter comes around, Deontay Carew is the man that Gary Nova looks for. And he didn't waste too much time. In less than a minute, he gets the ball back on the first play and launches one down to get the game-leading touchdown. Great throw, great catch.
We talked about Coleman going quiet. Nick Borghese, so they make a switch in the kicking game. Borghese makes that kick, but Carew hadn't been in the end zone in a couple of games either.
Carew has 7 touchdown catches. That's his 8th. 6 of them have been in the 4th quarter or overtime for Rutgers this season. So when you want to talk about Nova getting into a guy that can make plays to finish games, now you know Carew with a great catch, wide open, and that's what happens. When you get a turnover, you get that big shot down the field, you come right out. I like the call by Ron Prince there to get the ball down the field. Great connection between these two. And like you said, went to high school together. And we had this looked up here, double overtime. You see Carew on the bottom of the screen. It's 3rd and 24. They got to have a big play. And Nova throws a perfect ball down the sidelines. And again, against Arkansas, 4th and 12. Not only do they need to try to get a first down, they go for it. Carew uses his speed down the sidelines. He's been the man in the 4th quarter, Eamon.
Here you see his day, 5 catches, 99 yards. Played last year on special teams. You knew he was going to have a big year this year when on his first catch he went for a 69-yard touchdown against Fresno State. So now Temple playing from behind on the road. This is Thomas. Heads up field across the 20. Met there by Morrell. 17-yard return. And there's a late flag. Let's see who this goes against. Rutgers is saying it's going against Temple. This is a key call. 15 yards one way or the other.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, kicking team, number 25, 15-yard penalty, automatic foul.
L.J. Liston, another penalty, and that is a huge 15 yards at this point.
Nothing gets me more than selfish personal foul penalties. You just scored a touchdown. Morrell makes a big tackle on the kickoff, and you go down there and get a personal foul. It's unexcusable, and really, you know, for this team to do that, to me, it doesn't make any sense at all. Gives Temple now good field position, and they got to try to hold this lead. They just got the lead, but the intensity is picking up on both sides.
So now P.J. Walker in his return to his home state, looking to bounce back from an interception that led to a Rutgers touchdown. Rolling to his right. Connects for a short gain. Alderman goes down to get it. Gain of 6.
Well, being down in the 4th quarter, you mentioned and alluded to it earlier, P.J. Walker, the last time he was on this field, he lost as a junior in high school in the state championship game on this very field, so he's looking for redemption to get this win.
That was against Piscataway. He and his Elizabeth teammates came back the next year as seniors to knock off Piscataway. That game was played at Keene Stadium. Now they get rid of it to Fitzpatrick in the open field. First down into Rutgers territory. Longo with the tackle. Talking to Elizabeth head coach John Quinn this week, he said PJ and his senior classmates that year took on the mantra finish. That loss was always in the back of their minds, so when they took over against Piscataway on their own too, there was no doubt they were going to go, and he went 98 yards in 3 plays. But now it's a tougher challenge. The Scarlet Knights of Rutgers in Piscataway. This play looks broken down, going deep, hit at the line. That ball looked like it was tipped. Looking for Fitzpatrick. Stevenson in coverage.
When you have those athletic quarterbacks, you know, they're back there, they're rolling around, and the defensive linemen are chasing them. They're making all these kind of crazy plays with their legs, and then they start launching balls down the field. You got to be very careful. That one wasn't close to being intercepted, but he kept it in the field of play, which always gives the defender a chance.
You have seen the team's speed on display by this Rutgers defense. Walker has not been able to escape and turn nothing into something. Now with time, nice catch there by Christopher. That's going to be, appears to be just short of the first down. Christopher made a tremendous grab for a touchdown last week against SMU with basically one hand. Held on to it as he hit the turf. But now 3rd and 1. You would think 4-down territory indeed for the Owls. Looking to roll him out, tipped at the line, so Parthemore cannot make the grab. It looks like Darius Hamilton got his finger on it, the sophomore out of Don Bosco Prep. The son of former Giant defensive lineman Keith Hamilton.
You see Walker here, he doesn't set his feet. He's got to put a little more air on it to get it over the defender's stretched hands. Darius Hamilton makes another good play.
Huge play here now, 4th and 1. From the Rutgers 38, Harper to the right of Walker out of the gun. They give it to Harper and he gets the first down. Pickup of 5. Longo with the hit. They didn't mess around, no quarterback runs. Give it to the big back and see what he can do.
Yeah, and they didn't have too many guys in the box there. They played it strong up front. Offensive line does a good job. You see Cody Booth there, just takes the defender where he runs, slides him down the line of scrimmage, and creates a hole for Harper to get the first down.
Booth, a converted tight end. So the Temple drive stays alive from the Rutgers 33. Harper looking for Parthomore again. This time he gets it to him, and Parthomore stumbles forward for a few more yards. Morrell trips him up. 8-yard pickup. So Temple responding here on the road.
See Walker, poised, calm, composed. A lot of pressure on this young man's shoulders. He's a true freshman. They're asking a lot of him, and now he's trying to get this drive down to answer a touchdown after Rutgers just had a big throw and catch.
Keep in mind, Temple has kicked just one field goal on the season and has already missed an extra point here today. That throw was low.
And he's lucky it was low because Morrell was all over it, reading that football. He's such a long player, long arms, rangy. He's going to have a great chance at the next level to be a good linebacker.
So this is the 9th play of a drive that started on the Temple 38, courtesy of a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Rutgers. Again, with the lack of a kicking game, you're looking at 4-down territory for Walker and the Owls. They go to Harper. No 4th down needed whatsoever. Harper still on his feet at the 5. He will score! 25 yards for the junior out of Gainesville, Florida.
Well, we said it earlier. We've talked up P.J. Walker all day long, but the real true captain and leader of this offense is Kenny Harper right there, the big running back. Shows you his elusiveness. Huge gap there in the hole. They just block it down. Nobody's home. Makes the cut to the outside. For a big back, he can make guys miss. Great run by him. Excellent job. And you see him, he's on the field goal team, so the kid is all over the place for this team.
So Visco back out for the extra point. That one is good. So Temple responds on the road. Kenneth Harper with a big 25-yard touchdown run. The Owls go back on top, looking to pull off the upset. Temple 20, Rutgers 16. Straight loss, but losing at home now by 4. And Anthony Beck, the difference right now really can be summed up in the kicking game.
Yeah, earlier in the game, they had the field goal opportunity, which they had to rush towards the end of the first half, right at the end of the first half. They miss it wide left, which I thought was a poorly ran drive. And then you miss the extra point, which to me is inexcusable. I've said it multiple times. Both teams have missed one, and really is the difference when you talk about 4-point lead. Would be a tie football game right now.
If you at least make the extra point, you can kick a field goal here. And keep in mind, on the last extra point, they made a change at kicker. Nick Borghese converted. So plenty of time left to go here in the fourth quarter, 10:57, but those 4 points playing a role.
And it's going to be a role too, because if Temple gets the ball back and gets it into their zone and they're in an area where they need to kick and get a field goal, that's going to be a big opportunity for them to give them a 7-point lead if that situation comes up, and it's going to be a tough decision for Matt Rule to make.
This is Deering. Grant. Out near the 20, an 18-yard return. So it actually was Deering. Good open field tackle for Temple by Hassan Reddick. So Gary Nova and the Scarlet Knights had a brief lead. Now they're back out there playing catch-up once again.
Well, we saw Carew going deep on that first play after the turnover, and he's been the guy in the fourth quarter that's made the difference. 7 touchdowns out of 8 that he's caught in the fourth quarter of the games this season.
Goodwin back out there. After a big start, he has found it tough sledding against this Temple defense led by Tyler Matakevich. They almost didn't get that one off in time. Matt Rule wants the flag. Nova almost got picked off there, thrown into double coverage. Matt Rule looking for an explanation as why delay game was not called on Rutgers.
Gary Nova's got to check with me at the line of scrimmage, and he's reading coverage. So if the strong safety's rocked down, on either side. He's got to call the right situation and right play. There, they shift it, and it took him a while to read it. He's got to be quicker. That play clock is running down. They're very fortunate to get that play off. It was very close with 1 second left.
If he wasn't aware the play clock was running down, about 45,000 people dressed in red and scarlet certainly were. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw again. Gets hit, stays on his feet. Now he'll have to run. Nate D. Smith keeps him inside. We got a late flag there. A late hit, excuse me. 5-yard tack on 15, Jihad Pretlow.
Yeah, you can't have
Kaiser Terry.
After the play, personal foul, defense, number 24, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that's 24, Pretlow, another player out of Elizabeth.
True freshman, can't make this mistake. Good job by the defense. But he's down on the ground, especially at quarterback. You got to know better. Pretlow is getting the start today over Marshall for his 2nd start of the season. And right there, you got to be smart on that play.
You know, this is a big game for Pretlow. His father, a standout defensive back, 11 career interceptions here at Rutgers, and all Big East performer in the early 90s. A little too overzealous on that one. So now Nova with time, looking deep over the middle. Carew has to go back to make the grab. Zamel Johnson in coverage. 15-yard pickup.
Carew's got some strong hands right there. Bobbled that ball, was able to snatch it quick. But Coach talked about him, that he's a strong guy, hard to knock off his route, and he can make the tough catch when he's covered. And we've been talking about him. He's been the man in the 4th quarter that Nova's been looking to.
6 catches for 114 yards. There you see the numbers for the sophomore out of Edison, New Jersey. Nova forced out of the pocket. He's going to have to run it. Looking to get outside. He gets the first down. And inside the Temple 30. A 14-yard pickup.
To me, this is an element of the game that Nova, I think, needs to work in a little more. You see him checking down those running backs when he moves out of the pocket and gets away from the blitz. Again, he sees the seam here. Usually he'll check it down. He's got good speed, gets a big run. I think using his legs, like we see a lot of quarterbacks doing now, can really help him be more successful.
Coach Flood said he had a determined quarterback right from the get-go this week. We are seeing that now on game day. That throws behind his wide receiver, and there's the flag. This will be interference against Temple. Tavon Young with the grab. They were looking for John Simmis.
Pass interference, defense, number 25, automatic first down.
Matt Rule's saying no way, but I saw from here, defensive back is grabbing the tight end before he gets the ball. He's pulling, you see him actually pull him back. The tight end's body's turning right when it should be turning left to the ball. So obviously Young was able to grab him and pull him awkwardly.
Now Burton in the backfield with Goodwin. This is Carew in motion. Here's Goodwin running left. Ball's loose! Temple ball!
Great tackle by Ahmed. Number 91. He grabs the side of the shoulder pad. Almost was a horse tackle, but he grabbed the side of it, yanked the running back. You see it here. Look at that. Pulls it out. And actually, Nate Smith looks like he might have poked it out as he was turned. Ioannidis, actually, who's been one of the better players on this defense, comes in late. You see it here. Watch him poke it out right there.
Knee was certainly still up, not on the ground. And how about Blaze Caponegro? Left hand wrapped up all over the place and all. He's still able to go down there and grab it.
And then balls hit the ground. It doesn't matter. You're going to jump on that and get that recovery. Does a good job.
A huge swing here in Piscataway. We're back after this. Lead, but they cough it up, and now Temple has it back up by 4. Now let's take a look at our Good Hands play of the day, brought to you by Allstate. Earlier in the first half.
You look at the top of the screen, Robbie Anderson, all you young aspiring wide receivers, you got to be taught catch the ball at the highest point. You see Robbie Anderson, 6'3", gets his arms up, brings the ball in. That's our good hands play, sponsored by Allstate.
I was going to ask you if you could teach those good young wide receivers how to grow to be 6'3".
That helps. There's no doubt about it.
So now Zaire Williams gets a chance in the backfield after Harper ran hard for the touchdown. 8:54. Do they try to milk clock here on the road? Williams. That alley closed quickly. 4-yard pickup.
You know, Robbie Anderson's a great story, Eamon. You know, the guy was here in the spring. He leaves the team. He was playing cornerback. He goes home, has some personal issues. Matt Rule lets him come back to start the season right around school. And the kid's in here, and he's catching balls all over the place for this offense. A great story. Sticking with the kid, giving him a second chance.
In the spring, he was slated to be a defensive back. Huge hole here for a Temple first down. Williams. Tackle brought down by Longa, but it's a 9-yard pickup. And if Temple can run the ball.
That's what I was going to say. Impressive. Quietly, they've put up some nice numbers rushing the football today. 93 yards, about to crack the 100-yard mark. And that's been really a key to really change it up today against this Rutgers defense.
Led by the center, Kyle Friend. There's a flag.
Looks like it's going to be offsides by the defense. But it jumped a little early there before the snap.
Offside defense, number 93, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So that's on Mara. There you see the jump. You know, back to Friend. I'll never forget Marcus Satterfield telling us when we met him earlier that when their first couple of spring practices, they just assumed Friend was a senior. He was the leader.
It's like, man, we don't want to lose him.
Yeah, we don't want to lose it. Too bad we're only going to have him for a year. Coach, he's a rising sophomore. 9th penalty of the game for the Scarlet Knights. Makes it 1st and 5. Play clock running down now for Walker. Are they going to take a timeout? Yes, they are. Matt Rule.
And you look at P.J. Walker's eyes. He really wasn't even fixated on there.
Williams was.
Exactly. So, you know, you see the coaches got to step in sometimes and make those calls.
Hey, guys.
There's a look at the Texas Bowl trophy inside the Hale Center. So the great facilities inside that building here on campus for the Scarlet Knight athletes. Back in 2006, that was Rutgers' first bowl victory. They dominated Kansas State thanks to Ray Rice running for 170 yards. But right now, it's freshman P.J. Walker and the Owls with the lead and the ball. Walker with time, looking deep.
Too deep.
Overshoots Fitzpatrick.
Not a bad spot to take a chance. Second and 5. They haven't done it really all game. They've had a lot of success with it in the past previous games.
Anthony, you mentioned earlier that Fordham game, what could have been. Walker really wasn't ready to go. They've kind of paced him. They knew they didn't want to redshirt him, but they wanted to sort of get him out there as Harper runs up the middle, and you see the growing process game by game.
Well, obviously, you know, with 2 interceptions today, it's a different type of game out of him. You know, he's had some adversities to deal with. He's come back. He's thrown some nice balls. We haven't seen many deep balls, so not a lot of chances, but he's been efficient for the most part. They have a lead now. He's got to be smart. They got to continue to move the chains on 3rd and short.
Critical play here, under 7 minutes to play in regulation. The 2-touchdown underdog with the ball, 3rd and 2. Harper in the backfield with Walker. And no rush to snap it. They go to Harper. He gets the first down. And you see Cody Booth pump his chest as they continue to win the war in the trenches on these short yardage plays.
Very hard to step in front of a guy that's 225 pounds downhill, and you see right there the collision between him and Longa. That's letting the freshman know, listen, I know you're good, you got a lot of tackles, but I'm going to lay the wood too when I'm getting through that hole.
So Harper gets a break. Zaire Williams goes in the backfield. You take a look at Booth, the converted tight end, going up against Merritt. 1st and 10 from the Temple 40, under 6 to play. They roll out Walker, pressure coming, he gets rid of it. That was dangerous, but Anderson makes the grab. Garif Glashan, I thought he was closing in on that one to make a pick six. You were too.
Well, you know what? I'm looking at Glashan. He doesn't have a lot of experience. Made a great play on the ball, but really didn't even think to go try to intercept in here. If he just looks, he's very close. He could have maybe plucked that out of the air. Again, very close, and it's hard to throw the ball and turn your shoulders rolling to the left. Very surprised. They've run that at least 3 times today when P.J. Walker has the ball.
2nd and 5. On the ground, straight ahead, nothing doing for Zaire Williams. Gain of 1. Mara and Hamilton in on the play. You know, Kyle Flood brought up an interesting point that we'll get to on Darius Hamilton. 3rd and 4 now for the true freshman.
Well, to me, they got them all spread out. You run some routes to get to the sticks. If it's not there, D-line's got to keep contained because P.J. Walker can beat you with his legs.
4 wide receivers looking to throw. With time. What a catch. That is why John Christopher is wearing a single-digit number. He got popped and he holds on for the first down. It's an 8-yard gain.
Outstanding job here. You see Christopher, he just comes out, sticks it in the ground. He knows he's going to get hurt. That corner's sitting down there. Great job catching the ball and understanding you're going to get hit.
Walker making the tight throw into double coverage. Glashan coming up with the hit.
Huge first down there to move the chains.
Rutgers with 2 timeouts left as we approach the 4-minute mark. Williams in the backfield. Bunch wide, bottom of your screen left. Here is Williams. Scooting through the hole. Gets up near the 40. Morrell with another tackle. Gain of 6.
That's a great play on first down. Get 6 yards on the ground. I mean, that's, you know, you're talking about less than 4 minutes to play. The clock's running. You have a 4-point lead. You're in Rutgers territory. It's a great way to start first down.
10th play of this drive. And you know, Anthony, when we were talking about this game in our production meetings and looking ahead, the one thing we did not think Temple would be able to do is move it on the ground against the bigger and stronger Rutgers club.
There's no doubt. I mean, Rutgers defense is ranked 12th nationally against the rush, so they've methodically been picking in their poison throughout this game.
Here comes a run blitz, but Williams flips over for the first down. So now when does Kyle Flood think about taking timeouts? After the gain of 4 there with Stevenson with the tackle. He only has 2. Keep in mind that Temple really has a non-existent kicking game.
Yeah, they do. That's a great point. You know, when you get closer here, it's going to be a decision that's going to have to be made if they're not able to convert a first down, what they're going to do when they're in field goal range.
Clock continues to run. Back to Williams, freshman handing off to freshman. And now Kyle Flood takes a timeout with 2:42 left to play.
We gave a lot of praise to the running backs in this situation. The offensive line, Kyle Friend, Quinn, Pete White's come in, Zach Coates, they've done a good job up front of controlling this defensive line.
Now let's take a look at today's Napa Auto Parts playbook.
Yeah, we're going to go back to the touchdown pass to Carew. And really is how do we get this safety out of here? And you see Coleman is going to run a post. And his speed up the field gives a wide open play for throw for Nova to Carew. You see him pull the safety out. Nobody home. Carew's wide open for the touchdown. That's an easy throw for a guy that's been struggling throwing the ball for Nova.
So Kyle Flood burns his 2nd timeout. He has 1 left. If you're Marcus Satterfield and Matt Rule, are you content to run it one more time to force him to take the 2nd?
Absolutely, yeah. You're going to run it here. You've had success. The offensive line's done a great job of moving these players. And if you're running the read option, Eamon, the quarterback's in play. We haven't seen PJ pull it out of the stomach and end up running it. So that's another option you have when you're running the football out of this read option set.
There's another short run up the gut. And remember how this drive all started. It looked for sure like Gary Nova and Kyle Flood's offense were marching in to regain the lead. And then Ioannidis with the strip and Caponegro with the recovery. They fumbled on the Temple 15-yard line.
It was, you know, this Temple team has been desperately seeking a big play to be made in the 4th quarter. And they get it from their defense. You see it here. Running to the outside with Goodwin. Ahmed grabs him down by the shoulder pad, and Ioannidis comes in, knocks it out, and Caponegro with one hand today, all wrapped up, was able to fall on it and get the ball back, and really is the key turning point play in this game.
So now the Rutgers Scarlet Knights cannot stop the clock. You know Goodwin wants a chance to get his hands on it to make up for it.
Well, your best player just walked off the field. Longo's not in the game right now. He got injured on that last play, so somebody else has got to step up and make a play for this Rutgers team. These defensive linemen have to get in this game and make a big play. Is Longo back in the game?
Longo is indeed back out there. Now you wonder if Temple, 4-down territory. Harper working hard. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like he's going to be inches short, so they'll probably stop the clock to measure maybe. This will be the ball game.
Wow. Longo was in there. I didn't think he was in. He was in the game. He's right there to make that tackle for a loss and wasn't able to wrap him up.
Now, if you're Matt Rule, do you take a timeout to make sure? To get everyone, it looks like he's going to count, let it clock down to 1 and then take a timeout.
He's got his field goal kicker standing next to him, which is amazing.
You cannot kick it.
I'm just saying he's got him there.
I agree. I see him. I do not think you can kick this. Would you? You've made one field goal all year. You get inches, you win the game.
You're right. He's been aggressive the entire season. And we asked him last week. He had the similar situation against SMU. He decided to go for it, a tie ball game in the fourth quarter, and they didn't get it. He said he doesn't matter. He's going to be aggressive. This is going to be an opportunity now. He's going to get his team together and talk about it.
All right, on this drive, since the fumble recovery, tremendous job by the offensive line and the running backs. They have taken 6 minutes and 44 seconds off the clock. You have a shaky kicker. You're going against a team that is tremendous at blocking kicks. Even if you get the 3, it's a one-possession game against Gary Nova and wide receivers that are 6'6" and growing.
Yeah, they're not going to kick. There's no way they're going to kick this. They're going to go for it. I think they're bringing their offense back out. Listen, you know, to me, see number 20 right there walking out in the field, standing behind P.J. Walker, the biggest, strongest back in the field today. To me, let these big guys pound it up front, stick your head down, give it to Harper, and get this first down.
I do not like the pistol. They give it to Harper, and he is hit behind the line. A huge play by Mr. Longo. Banged up minutes ago. He keeps Rutgers alive for the victory.
The true freshman or the redshirt freshman linebacker has done it all year. That's why he leads all freshmen with tackles in the country. He's unblocked. They run a cross stunt. The 2 linebackers come through. He's free. Huge play that's going to set up for an outstanding finish here in Piscataway. Don't forget about our fourth quarter man, Carew. He's the guy that Nova's looked for big plays all year long in the fourth quarter, especially when it means something with less than 2 minutes left.
Huggins in the backfield. Nova dumps it off to Huggins in the middle of the field. Stop the clock at the first down. Remember, they are out of timeouts.
Surprising to see Huggins in the game. He really hasn't taken a snap all game in this crucial situation.
Remember the last time Goodwin touched it, he put it on the rug. Nova over the middle into coverage, fits it in the tight window to Croft. Another first down to stop the clock. So just like that, they're at midfield.
Again, you got plenty of time. You can be fast, but yet take your time.
Here comes pressure. In the open field, Huggins does not get the first down and does not get out of bounds. So a huge play there, although time really not an issue yet.
It's okay, because that was first down anyway. They get 9 yards, so.
To the outside, there's a catch made by Pratt, and he gets out of bounds, showing that veteran leadership, an 8-yard pickup.
This Temple team's going to have to grow up real quick here on defense. This Rutgers team's driving down the field.
Do you take a timeout if you're Matt Rule to regroup? Because now they can go deep to one of those 6'6" wide receivers and take the lead.
You know, they've done a good job this entire game. I think he's going to let them go out there and play these guys. If they get a big play here, maybe they call timeout, slow the pace down. but he's going to challenge his players.
Showing pressure up the middle. Here it comes. They pick it up. That is short hop, no flag. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 33 with 59 seconds left to play.
Very close getting there on the outside on that blitz.
Do they get a stop, or will they be thinking about 4th and inches for the short bus ride home to Philadelphia? Nova has passed for 339 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And really none of that matters. This is the only drive that's going to mean anything today.
Pressure again. Up the middle. Nova gets away from it, buys time, overthrows Carew.
Very risky throw there. He had Pratt coming across the field late, but it was hard to see him when he was trying to avoid all that traffic. But a lot of defenders in the area there. 3rd and 10 now. They're bringing the pressure. I like it. I like the aggressiveness. Phil Snow's not going to sit back and let wide receivers catch the ball. He's going to bring the heat and make Nova make a quick decision.
Does Nova counterattack that by lofting up a fade to one of his big receivers. Here comes, he gets hit from the edge. Nate D. Smith, look at him. He is savoring this moment, but still plenty of time left. And Temple might have just done something. Nope, no flag yet. Time ticking. Now they stop the clock.
There is a flag down.
Oh, this could be critical against Temple. Tyler Matakevich, will they call it against both teams? Kyle Flood looking for an explanation.
This would be brutal if it's on Temple. Brutal. They really got to get this
second
right.
Sack of the ball game, but now a critical call here. It was certainly after the whistle. It looked like Temple thought they recovered the football. Sharif Finch thought he had a fumble recovery, and then possibly some Rutgers players knocked it out of his hands. So we might just get offsetting penalties. 35 seconds left. Let's see. Keep in mind, it's 4th down.
After the play, defense, number 56. The down will count. 5-yard penalty. Please reset the game clock to 41 seconds.
So now, Temple needs a stop. Rutgers needs 10 yards. You saw earlier they were able to do this against Arkansas. They did it in SMU.
Now listen, if Rutgers gets the first down here, have a plan and be ready to spike the football if they are able to get this. But this is a huge play for Temple right now on defense. An opportunity to win this football game right here in the 4th quarter.
They couldn't come up with 4th and inches. Can they come up with a stop? Pressure again up the middle. Nova gets rid of it. He has Carew. Catch back, touchdown!
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
33 yards. Temple brought the kitchen sink. Nova and Carew burned him for the touchdown.
Is there any question about the quarterback situation today? 40 seconds left. And the man in the 4th quarter that stepped up, game in and game out, his 9th touchdown catch on the season, 8 of them been in the 4th quarter, and he's answered the call every single time.
So Borghese on for the extra point. And it's good. So 35 seconds left. Matt Rule out of timeouts, and he's 35 seconds away from thinking woulda, coulda, shoulda. Because they had 4th and inches on the offensive end, and then they had Rutgers in a 4th and 10.
The data came down to another 4th down, but here, you look at Nova. They're bringing the pressure. Just get enough on that linebacker to get him out to the side, and Nova puts a strike. And I'll tell you that this is a difficult throw. Pressure catch. He's covered. Just gets the separation he needs. I'm impressed by Carew. He's done it week in and week out.
You mentioned the connection, and it bears reminding high school teammates Now teammates at Rutgers, and Kyle Flood said yesterday, yeah, I'm sure it helps that they've been playing together for a long time.
I don't think any fan in the building today is not wondering why Nova wasn't a starter today, and he was. So they're definitely embracing the fact that he came out and did what he did, and I'm happy for the kid. You know, that's the thing. You have adversities, you have issues, you throw interceptions, people start getting on you, the media's on you. You got to come back, you got to be determined, work hard, and get better, and he's done that today.
27 for 38, 372 yards for three touchdowns for Gary Nova.
Monster day.
Here's Thomas. So the split kick does exactly what Rutgers wanted it to do. 28 seconds left, one timeout for P.J. Walker and Temple. We've mentioned it the last time he was on this field. 2 years ago as a junior for Elizabeth High School. The state championship game against Piscataway, he lost that game, came back as a senior, led a game-winning drive, 98 yards in the championship game against Piscataway as a senior. You'd like to say all he has to do is get in field goal range, but that has been a problem all year for Temple. Anderson's the deep threat, bottom of your screen. Takes the short route to Alderman, who gets the first down.
Let's get a spike.
Did he turn it over?
Oh, wow.
Rutgers fan says Rutgers is saying it's a turnover, and it is.
Wow.
This will be reviewed.
Absolutely.
Temple players need to get away from there. Although it looks like their player's hurt, they're trying to help him up. I did not see that.
Coaches from Rutgers are throwing their players. Get off the field. Do not get a personal foul here. As of right now, they've called it a fumble.
Yes, fumble on the field, Rutgers ball.
The wing on the field is that the defender took the ball, first down Rutgers. The previous play is under further review.
So they're saying, yep, absolutely. That's Ruhan Peel. A week ago, he was a wide receiver. Now he's a hard-hitting, fumble-causing cornerback.
I'll tell you, that's impressive. A wide receiver coming up, form tackle, brings his arms up through the offensive player and makes a great tackle for a kid that's been catching balls since he got to Rutgers.
Third leading receiver on the team heading into this week. Now he causes a turnover that will seal the deal here, and Kyle Flood will take this victory. And, you know, it was interesting yesterday when I said, Coach, you know, I know next man up. And he says, you sound like you don't believe that. I'm like, next man up's one thing. Then you're talking about a wide receiver playing corner.
A little eating crow there. He was
next man up indeed.
He was confident about it. You see here, look at this form tackle. Brings his arms through. All you young kids out there watching, that's how you tackle. Raises up the offensive player, and the ball comes exposed. And he's got great ball skills now as a wide receiver. He's able to get the ball, pull it out. Huge play to seal the deal for this Rutgers team.
And there's the coach saying, I knew you could do it. I remember that day at that camp when you kept going to the front of the line, pushing people out of the way, saying, I'm going again. And there's the flip side. It'll be a tough but short drive home for these Temple Owls, who came on the road determined to pull off the upset and came oh so close. Matt Rule decides not to take his final timeout. He'll let the clock tick away. A couple of former offensive line coach embracing there, a hard-fought victory. They may see each other again in 2020, but now Rutgers escapes with the come-from-behind win over a game Temple squad.
I'll tell you, Temple's getting close. You know, they had this game for the majority of it. They just could not finish it. You feel bad for Alderman. He's a senior, a walk-on, gets a scholarship. But this Rutgers team hung in there, and they got the W, and Gary Nova led it. And our fourth quarter man, Carew, was able to come up with another big catch in the fourth quarter.
Rutgers will be off next week. Then they host Cincinnati on the 16th.
You see Peel here That might be the last time we see 80 on his jersey. They're going to pull off that 0 at some point here. Maybe as soon as he throws it in the laundry basket when he gets in the locker room. What a great game by him. 2 big plays today that he made. Got to give him credit.
It was indeed all hands on deck for Rutgers, but they survive. They win it by 3. We're back to Piscataway to hear from Kyle Flood.